Here we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I hate that Sister Angela State, and did she lose officially or what happened?
Yeah, but she said some fishy stuff going on too, you
Right.
know. But
Oh,
it just, I think just living in a world, man, where people don't want the truth. They can't handle the truth. They
mhm,
hiding from it, you know. Um, Scared
absolutely.
of it, you know. Are they involved in it, heavily involved in it, and don't want truth to be revealed, you know.
Right.
That's my take on it, you know.
Right.
But it was cool. I'ma make sure that I participate, you know, with their future endeavors and stuff like that. I hate I got involved a little late, but
Right. It's
but
all good. The fact that you got involved at all, I commend you on that, bro. I commend you. So, the fact that you as a more I'm proud of you. Let me tell you this right now. I want you to know, so you can see me right now before I get us officially started. I'm proud of you. I'm definitely
mm-hmm.
proud of you. I commend you as a more as a bae, as a man standing up for not just yourself but your nation. You're doing your due diligence. You've
Mm-hmm.
been in this game since you were what, 14, was it, or six, was it 14 or
And
16?
then like I joined Temple right after I turned 17, but
17. Okay, yeah. So
been
yeah,
I guess been consciously awakened since I was a little boy, so
right, right.
you
I,
know.
I just want
But
to,
sometimes you just have to, yeah. And I appreciate that. And I wanted her to see you all, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This
appreciate it.
and know that you all that that she got some supporters. She got a lot of nationwide support.
Right,
Even though it didn't go her way in a sense. The
right.
other lady didn't even want to debate her, and she had more celebrities come out and stuff like that. So people just follow that little crowd or whatever.
That's social, what I call is really socialism. That's the funny thing about America, because they claim that they were against things like Nazi socialism or whatever they call it, Hitler, fascist or whatever. But it's very funny because when you really look at them, y'all are fascists. Y'all are down
Mm-hmm.
with everything that you try to say that you're against with Hitler. You embody. So that's just
Mm-hmm.
always been very, a funny situation. I always found it like a little suspicious, especially the way that Hollywood, they love to make they jump at the chance to make any movie about World War II and Hitler, you know. They just jump in. I always found it like a little suspicious, especially there we go. They're going. But yeah, they jumped at the chance to do it. And I just always looked at them like, huh? Everything you embody that you talk about is socialism. It's fascism. It's the whole thing with the way that they operate. If you just really watch, sit back and watch how they do this whole LGBT society type of thing. That's everything that they embody. That's everything that they claim Hitler was trying to do with Nazi Germany or whatever. They doing it. You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're doing with the gay party, the LGBT. It's really
Yeah.
the LGBT. They don't want to admit it, but they are really the new era Nazis. Just be
Yeah, and
real,
it's against, just going against life, really.
right?
Like I said, I don't have an issue with somebody being whatever and
Right,
doing whatever they want to do.
right.
But when you with that lifestyle, cause you can't, like I said, two men can't produce a
Hmm.
child, or two women can't produce a child, or whatever. Or if you change your gender and get your penis cut off
Right.
and whatever, and get a fake vagina or whatever, no
Hmm.
life can't come from that. So
At all.
You
Yeah.
know, to me, it's just people that hate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not say they hate themselves, but they can't say that they stand for life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, in a sense, you know, because they can be happy in this life, but
Mm-hmm.
if they don't produce, you know, more children, how can you say you for procreation when your bloodline or your genealogy stops with you
Right.
if you don't procreate? So
Exactly.
I
How
mean,
can you? You
I mean,
can't.
people can be whatever they want to be, do whatever they want to do. That's
Mhm.
that's up to them. I mean, but I mean, I can't say they do, long as it's not um long as it's not trampling on the rights of other people.
Mhm.
You know, people have freedom of expression, freedom of speech. But what go in the bedroom, that should be in the bedroom. But if you out here doing sick, malicious shit to kill people, or whatever,
Right.
or whatever you're doing, that's not cool.
It ain't. It's
Uh,
like what the hell is like, man, like
and I just think with this election being the way it is, or whatever, if Biden gets president or whatever, if Trump doesn't, if Trump fights but ends up losing or whatever,
right.
I don't know what to say. How this world, where we finna go, it's that final front countdown that we gotta face. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's in the Bible and stuff like that. We gotta face who we truly stand for. You
Right.
know, Satan or Christ. You know what I'm saying? Satan or God. Satan or God.
Right.
So, gee,
I told us while I was out on the way home, leaving what was it, Whole Foods. I was talking. They stopped because they got word, and now they stopping you if you ain't wearing, if they don't see you with the mask on around you. So the lady stopped me, even though she saw that I had my scarf on like this under my neck. I don't wear that mask. I don't, pick up their mask if they be having that in the little boxes or whatever. I have my mask, like this even if I don't have it up, it's still like down here. So she
mm-hmm.
stopped me and she said, "Excuse me, man, you gotta have a mask on." She stopped me and I said, "I know, I got this." And she said, "Oh, I just okay, I see it. I just didn't know if you were gonna wear a mask, if you had one or not. They make us do it." And I said, I appreciate it because she just doing her job, so I ain't take no offense or nothing. She just working, doing what they tell her to do. So it was all good. But the main part, after I left Whole Foods, I went across the street to the Walmart to get what else I needed because they didn't have it at the first store. And as soon as you walk in over there, another sister, she sees me all the time at that store. And she's been seeing me all summer, all year long. When I come in, she sees me with this on. Again, I didn't have it covering my face, right? She stopped me again. "Ma'am, you gotta have a mask. Ma'am, you gotta have a mask." I'm like, "I know, yeah, I got it." She said this twice to me, even though I've already answered her one time. I'm like, I got it, ma'am. Thank you. So I just went on through the doors and just walked past it. But she was very overbearing with it. So I said, "You know what? There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Another brainwashed zombie, trying to track you down, make sure you wearing a mask." And this is where we at.
Yeah.
This is where we at. So this is exactly why I just wait, kind of like, even though it kind of cuts in sometimes to the showtime, I try to wait till like after 5, when the crowds is no longer around and it ain't a lot of people, I'll try to go to the store then because in the daytime, people just crazy out here. They just freaking out for nothing, And I've been saying this. They just want to freak out. And it
Yeah.
seems like we living in a time where people people see that they see the truth. They see that, you know, for what it is. They know damn well that people really ain't getting that sick from this supposed COVID shit, but they still out here tripping and overdoing it, trying to force a freak out, trying to force a fearful society on folks, and just going crazy, even though they know that themselves that the numbers and the math is not all there, you know, for people to be scared and freaking out. Them the type of fuckers that make you want to, you know, go slap them and stump a mud hole in their ass. You know, it's that type of shit. Well, anyway, how is it? What's the numbers looking like in Georgia? What's the deal with down there?
They keep trying to. All they doing is showing Biden keep inching closer and closer and all this other stuff, but they not showing where it should be. Like, if he itching up, Trump should be itching up. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be like a whole where, okay, now Biden just slowly, you know, catching up with him and stuff. You know, it to me don't make sense, you know, and I hope they call all that stuff out, you know.
Right.
I hope Trump really call all of it out and let them know that, you know, a lot of, you know, voter fraud been going on, you know, to where all this stuff, all of a sudden, all this stuff, you know, all these big numbers of electoral, you know what I mean, you know, people coming in, all these mail-in ballots have come in or whatever.
Right.
You know.
Indeed. Hey, Dawn, I see you. What up, sis? It's been a little minute. How you doing? What up, Preem?
Good.
Hey. Doing all right?
What up, Dawn?
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm good.
We good, sis. We good. We just holding on, watching this debacle.
What is this, the new map? Y'all know I ain't been paying attention at all.
Yeah, this as far as I just refreshed it couple of minutes ago as we started. We just now coming in. We ain't been on long, about the 5 minutes by now. So yeah. As of yeah.
It's some bullshit going on.
Yeah, it's very suspicious.
You know, like somebody was saying, California is a big city, I mean a big state, right?
Right.
How was California already for Biden with like 15% or something? You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the you know, like they had made that whole side blue, you know, before, right after the polls closed. So it's like, how did they make that decision? You know, I don't know. All this shit just crazy, man. What's your view on it, Don?
Honestly, I don't have a view. I checked out a minute ago. I have not been following it at all. I just
said the hell with it, huh?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Well, I'm glad to have you with it tonight, at least, man. Because I was saying, like, I hope Don or either Darian, one of our sisters out from West Coast, I hope y'all join us tonight. Give us a little view on what's going on out there. This is hella suspicious. Like,
sorry, I would not be the one to give you much. I really did check out. I mean,
yeah, because it's really like it's. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say because it's really like it's not our fight in a sense, so we shouldn't be pouring energy into it. You know.
Right.
I don't know. It's just interesting, man. You know what's going on and where we are headed. You know, supposedly headed. You know how it's looking. You know, it's like all I can say is if you voted for Biden, we're gonna see where these 4 years go.
Oh no.
You know, cause these may be the last 4 years, you know what I'm saying?
For the United States.
Especially dealing with that eclipse and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's coming back in 2024. You know, so
what?
You know,
Tell us about that. For those that don't know. Meaning me. Tell us,
you know, to everybody.
What up, Preem?
Peace, Preem.
Peace.
Peace,
what
Joe.
up, YECHIDAH as well? Greetings.
Peace.
Both. We just starting the show, so y'all haven't missed much of anything. In case you're wondering, we just shooting the breeze, you know, on the main event, main upset of the night. I don't even want to call it an upset. I'm not even going to give it that type of energy.
Theater.
Yeah, the theater.
Political theater.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know, it's like however they want this thing to go, they're gonna make it go a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, we can kind of get on either side, or like Don say, just check out and, you know, like be forget or whatever, in a sense. And, you know, but it's just like they already know how they want this thing to go, whether they want it to be, you know, pedophiles nation or whatever, or however they got it, you know, they're trying to map it out and make it go, whatever. Or to me, I feel like it seemed like if Trump loses and you was for Trump, the Democrats gonna have an issue with those who were really with Trump, in a sense, like you'll be the bad guy in a sense now, you know. And they might try to do all kind of crazy stuff to not necessarily take you out or whatever, but I don't know.
Right.
It can just flip flop for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if Biden was to lose, you know, the Democrats really be hating. But I guess since Trump is winning, since Biden is supposedly winning or whatever, to me it make me feel like when they talk about civil war and all this other stuff, it can come from one side or the other. You know?
I just
greetings. Oh, go ahead, Don. My bad.
No, I'm surprised that California stayed blue, in that it's a lot of Latinos out here, and they are Republican. I'm sorry, y'all. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do that to myself any longer.
Right.
I just had to check out. Just mentally, I have been doing social media. I wasn't following. I was like, you know what? This is a drain on my energy. So I wouldn't be the one to ask.
All right. I kind of feel like how Seer and a few other Moors that I follow had been saying, like, really, do you really want to vote? Does it matter? Because it's like if you do, it's like, are you saying that as even though you know you are a Moor, you are going to participate in their theater over here, their little sideshow, as like to get you to leave and abandon the post of protecting the fort, you know, as the Moor.
What?
I'm just saying.
Man, y'all Moors got to get out of that shit, man. You have a straw man for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Use the straw man.
Right.
If you choose to go get a commercial driver's license to drive trucks for a company, do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop you from being who you are. It's just a contract. It's a like, man, we get so beside ourselves as Moors with these contracts. It's like, oh, if you decide to go into this contract, you're gonna be less of who you are. Like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
You're right. Right. Yeah.
I'm so sick of Moors with that kind of thinking.
Yeah. Because
it's just commerce,
You're gonna be fucking broke thinking like this.
With it, go ahead. I yield.
Yeah, bro, you gonna motherfuckers who think like they're gonna be broke.
Yeah.
All of this shit is commerce. All of this shit is a contract. Contract make law.
Right. Right.
You mean to tell me you're not gonna do no business?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, man.
And it was surprising as hell because I kept seeing like some people that throughout the year they be making good points. And then when it comes to this, I was like, all week I had been seeing them kind of switch up their flow. It was like, damn, like this how you really think? And I've been following you all this time. So it just let me know, like, yo, you got, it's like the elders say, you got to be careful what you listen to with people and just watch their actions. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's just
Facts.
Yeah, it's just like what I said the other day. I said this yesterday. I used my straw man to go and cast a ballot. I didn't use my appellation because remember, that's why the Treaty of Peace and Friendship exists.
And you want to have your Moorish appellation. I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to say this. Oh, you want to have your Moorish appellation in the private. That's fucking private. You don't want that out there. In the public.
That's why you have a public and a private side. The public side being your straw man, the private being your appellation.
Facts.
You know, plain and simple. When
Can I just say this real quick before you get into the build? Couple of words: part and parcel, and I'm done.
No said. Part and parcel.
Drop the horn. Drop the horn for the God.
Yeah.
And I'm not even the lawful one on here, y'all. I defer to my brothers for the law, but y'all take off, brother O. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Part and parcel to a republic.
Right.
It says it right there, for the republic for which it stands. And what we are witnessing right now, what's got the entire globe on pins and needles, is that you seeing the Democrats trying to usurp the republic once again.
Right.
To keep it from rising back up. So basically, like, as in, I'm in agreement with everybody here that I'm getting sick and tired. I watch certain Moors on social media. They talk about one thing and then they turn around and saying something else. Or your vote don't count and all this stuff. These are probably from Moors who are not even well studied or well versed in the history or in the law. You know, I'm not that well versed in the law, and YECHIDAH can verify that. But you know, the more I dig into legalese, the more sharper I became, because the more sharper I become due to a fact from one of the elders who taught us when we came in, Brother Johnson Ill. Honest to him.
Brother, you being modest right now.
I'm being modest, but truthful.
Claim that shit.
Yeah, but modest but truthful. So you want me to claim it? I'm gonna claim it, because like I say, when it comes to the law, man, that's what we got to be on there. Public and private side, and just like Supreme say, it's trade and commerce. Remember, that's a this here. This is a banner of amity and commerce.
Islam.
Teach.
Amity and commerce.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, you hear me plenty times say about how we should invest in gold and silver as the true currency, never mind this fiat, but you never once heard me say, don't be a damn fool. You still need that fiat in order to maintain while we're traveling on this plane. We do trade and commerce with that every day. We sign contracts every day and don't even know it. When you go to an institution to fill out an application, that's a contract.
Indeed.
So when you hear more saying feedback on my end,
no, you good.
How you good?
Yeah. So when I hear Moors get on social media and talk about saying, oh, they don't vote and all that, they ain't got nothing to do. Okay. Respect. You do what you do.
Right.
But fail to realize you have a straw man to use that. Take advantage of that. Use it for the purposes. Use it. Long as you know, and I'm gonna quote YECHIDAH, long as you know who you are, long as you stand on your square, and long as you enforce the Constitution, you good. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship, the Treaty of Algiers, the Treaty of Tripoli, Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation.
Yeah.
Need I say more?
I got 3 books for anybody that want to study this information. One is the Holy Quran, prepared by the divine prophet Noble Drew Ali. The second one is Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. The third one is Common Law Handbook for Jurors, Sheriffs, Bailiffs, and Justices. The fourth book is the UCC Connection and How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny. Take those 3 books and apply that to your life. I guarantee you, you'll see a difference in yourself, and you'll see a difference in the change of your life, the way you look at life. And
you said, can you repeat those last 3? Meet Your Straw Man.
Yes, sir. The Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. You can find all of these books on Amazon. Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. The second book is called the Common Law Handbook for Jurors, Sheriffs, Bailiffs, and Justices. The last book is the UCC Connection and How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny. You can get all 3 of those books or all 4 of those books via Amazon. It don't cost that much. You can get the whole 3-book set for $15.
Okay. And the last one was what now? I'm sorry.
The last 2 was Common Law Handbook for Jurors, Sheriffs, Bailiffs, and Justices. The last one is the UCC Connection, How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny. And I'll throw that Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know out there. That's the last, those 3, $15, Amazon. My babies bought these for me for Father's Day.
Oh, wow. That's love.
Yes, indeed.
That's love. Listen, let me throw this out there too. Since I made the remark, every day we go into what we know as contracts, whether they be verbal, non-verbal, as in written contracts. You know, every day we go into contracts. Hey, brother, can I borrow $5? Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you Wednesday. Okay, cool. Isn't that a contract?
Yep.
Yep.
And it can be held up in the court of law.
Yep.
It can.
Okay.
So with that being said, like we get caught up into you know, the private versus the public world, and we don't know the difference. That's the problem. A lot of these Moors, I'm not gonna say any names, but a lot of these Moors don't know, and they come off as if they're all-knowing and shit. And some of them are sincere, some are not. Some, you know, just they don't want to. They're keeping up a facade for whatever reasons. You know, like they know it all, but it's okay if you don't know. It's okay if you're still studying. We're all on this journey to study. Not every one person has every one, you know, thing. You know what I'm saying? I might possess a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Sister WILHELMINA might have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's why we all come together and we share information. Absolutely. That's what we become stronger as a collective, as a nation.
Absolutely.
You understand? Mm-hmm. When you have specialized knowledge, you know, a brain surgeon versus a regular doctor, a regular physician, the brain surgeon is going to know more about the brain. Of course, he's going to know about the body and everything, but he's going to specialize with the brain. Mm-hmm. He could teach the regular physician more about the brain as opposed to what the regular physician knows. So it's about specialty, specialized knowledge. When you have that, when you apply yourself into one of these subjects and you master that subject, you can go on and teach on that subject. You have a lot of Moors that go around the gambit as if they know history, law, and all this other stuff, some more than others, but come on, man, not one Moor have all the damn knowledge. That's foolish.
Right.
That's foolish.
Thanks.
What did the prophet say? Go to those who study law.
Go to those who know the law.
Exactly.
Shit, my bad. Oops.
So he telling you to go to somebody specialized in that field to see what he is actually saying is wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
That's his words, not mine. See, that's the problem with a lot of y'all Moors. Y'all don't be reading what the prophet be saying.
That's them. No, that's them. That's them, ain't. I'm joking.
Hey, I'm just saying. I paraphrase the prophet a lot. I'm not gonna, I'm not one of them brothers that gonna sit there and quote, but I get the general gist of what the prophet is saying, and a lot of what he's saying is, if my people knew, they'll free themselves.
Bingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how you not gonna follow the founder of the movement, and you just gonna break off and do your own thing and come with your own understanding? Right. That's why you have a lot of Moors and stuff that go to court and they get bamboozled because they don't know how to do, the most basic of stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They go in there all wrong with the wrong posture, out of order. And it's like you bring a bad name. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm gonna say just eager to prove something that they really don't know, in a sense, or not fully sure about. So it's like it says, probably say, stay out of the courts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but we're constantly trying to prove ourselves to them, like how black people were trying to say, I'm a man, all this, prove that stuff to white folks and all this other stuff, like constantly trying to prove ourselves, and it messes us. It gives us a black eye when we go in there and represent wrong. And even though we come in there with the purpose on trying to, some come in there with the purpose on trying to stand on truth and the foundation of truth or whatever, and represent honestly, but because we have those who go in there incorrectly, it paints a black eye for us as a whole,
Right. Yes, definitely. I'll just say this and I'll yield back the floor. We have to stop that. There's terms like amicus curiae, right? When you in the courtroom, the principle you should be standing on is justice. You know what I'm saying? You come in there in peace and you demand justice. That's it. It ain't no coming in there yelling. And if you know you in the right, why are you getting all out of character? Right. You know what I'm saying? Jurisprudence, you have reciprocity, things that are in divine order that's gonna work for you because you in the right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you going in there on some rah-rah, Busta Rhymes, rah-rah like a Dungeon Dragon, and you know what I'm saying? You missing all of the opportunities to state your case or whatever the case may be, as it applied or whatever. If you defending yourself, or you bringing a cause forward to the court or whatnot, you presented something to the court. But whatever it is, you have to come in there with the proper order. You have to come in there in order.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have these judges over here trying to bamboozle you and get you back into under their jurisdiction, and you out of your divine and national mind arguing with them and bickering with them when you should be standing simply for justice.
And like you said, they want to make you that they want you to be that straw man. They want you to be that to where they can have that jurisdiction over you.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to know that.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. We don't understand that contempt. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you go in there and you act right, you act like a divine being, like what we say, we are divine and national movement, right? Divine come before the national. So we gotta be in order as a spiritual divine being. You understand? All that rest of the stuff we go into court for is frivolous shit. Speeding tickets. That's the most common one we go into court for. Speeding tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Operating the conveyance, automobile, or whatever y'all want to call it, whatever name, before this motor vehicle or whatever.
Yeah.
However way y'all choose to.
Yeah.
The
Personal
nomenclature.
motor conveyance. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you go in that courtroom, man, and you know what you know, why are you sitting there emotional?
Right.
Arguing your case. You just state your facts.
Right.
And you have your case law to supplement what you're saying. Done deal. If you know what you're doing, first of all, listen, I'm not one of these legal Moors that's gonna sit there and tell you I'm on another level. I do with a whole other subject matter, but I know enough to say this. You go in there on a special appearance, not a general one, a special appearance. You make a proclamation or an application to the court telling them, hey, such and such is making an appearance. This is who I am, and adjust yourselves accordingly. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You state your status for the record before you even step in there. Then when you get in there, man, you gotta be who you say you are when you put that application into the courts. Yep. You can't come in there on some thuggish shit like, oh, it's my courtroom. Yeah, it's your courtroom, but come on, you gonna act up in your own house? You gonna jump on the couch like that ain't your couch?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Man, act civilized.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Exactly. That's why they want to throw your ass in there and they penal system for contempt. Because a lot of y'all boys out of bounds. Humble yourselves.
Yeah. See, that's the main problem. See, a lot of us are not humbling ourselves. But then quickly getting ready to say that the Albion hybrid European are out of order, blah, 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 this and that. No, we're the ones that's out of order because we're not out here, we're not honoring our mothers and our fathers. We're not living by the 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And we have to get back. We got to get back to that. I mean, I've been seeing the shift. It's been getting back there, but some of us just kind of got to the point of arrogance, and you got to bring, like YECHIDAH said, we got to bring that shit back down to earth. Take it down a couple of decibels.
Yeah. Let me throw a book out there for y'all. It's a book called Robert Rules of Order. You know what I'm saying? There's a proper way to ask to speak. That's why when we have this show, we yield back to each other.
Bingo.
Because we operate over here with order. We might talk over each other sometimes. So hey, my brother, may I say this real quick or something like that? But there's always an etiquette.
Yeah, that's how the etiquette.
That's it. That's how we move.
Love and just harmony over here.
Exactly. How you gonna say you civilized this Albion, but then you acting unruly in a damn court chamber?
Bingo.
Right.
And really, we ain't even supposed to be in a courtroom.
Oh,
drop the horn.
One more time.
Drop the horn. He done Tyson uppercut y'all.
Ooh.
And if you do go in there, you're going another state in honor.
Hey, Supreme, not to cut you off, just to interject a bit. I mean, was that a Tyson uppercut, or did you bite my ear off, or Evander ear bite?
No, we got to bring it current. That was that Tank Davis uppercut. That was that Tank Davis.
Or better yet, let me just, since we bring it current, or that was like a little pump dish.
Nah, that was an old Tyson Fury put the bricks in my glove type shit.
Yeah, people, man. Yeah, people. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. If we say we are the cream of the crop, we are the Asiatics, the original, man, act like it.
Act like it. You were born free, so therefore it's time to stop acting like it. I came across, well, not to interject, I hate doing this, but let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Even with this movie called 2020, Twin Twin, it basically showed a lot of people's hands. You know, Allah showed all of us, people who we thought were cool, showed their true colors, showed them they truly are. Showed a lot of stuff. And then when I see him like on social media, I just came across one yesterday, I screenshotted it, who said that he's not Democrat, he's not Republican, but he's pro-black. Supreme know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking like, so that's telling me right there automatically that, okay, so you're pro-civil mortuus. And civil mortuus means civilly dead people.
Yep.
Look it up in the Black's Law Dictionary. Dead in the view of the law. You wonder why people get gunned down in the streets or getting messed up in the streets by these mercenaries. And I'm gonna say something real quick. I just want to point this out.
Go ahead, bro.
Put everybody on game. Notice that when we deal with these militarized, contracted commercial mercenaries, i.e. policy enforcers and highwaymen, take a good damn look at their uniforms. Notice something missing?
Mm-hmm.
The gold and silver shield. Now it's being replaced with a patch.
Yep.
Guess what that means? They're out of uniform.
Mm-hmm.
They are rogue agents. They're rogue agents. Okay? Plain and simple. Because the reason why they don't have the gold and silver shields no more, because that was tied to their bond. And who sold their bonds? Obama did. Gold and silver. Hello. So that's the reason when you see these jokes like, you ain't even in uniform. You just got a patch on there. There's no gold, no silver shield. And then, you know, that badge number that ties to their bond. Their bond is everything. That's why I tell everybody, go after that number, go after their bond. Then that ends them right there. So right now you got these local police departments now operating as rogue agents. And Trump knows this. That's why they can't stand him, especially when he signed that executive order for police reform. He is nailing them. I just want to put that out there, so you know, so that way when you deal with them, just take a good long look at what they're doing. They're operating as rogue agents. Even the only ones that are still legitimately active lawfully, besides the sheriffs. And by the way, YECHIDAH, that was on the ballot too.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was on the ballot too. So we may be getting, like you just told me a while back, last show, Miami-Dade may be getting a constitutional sheriff. Finally. Because all other sheriffs, all other counties here in Florida got sheriff's departments up here. You know, but let me just get to this right here. Mm-hmm. That's another thing that's noticed. I seen it with the city of Miami police. I seen it with Miami Beach police. I seen it. I even seen it with the Miami-Dade police, which actually they supposed to be the sheriffs and stuff. Just those patches on there. Oh shoot, you out of uniform. You ain't even law enforcement. You not. Nah, shoot. Where you gold and silver shield at? Gold or silver shield? Yeah, they sold the bonds. Obama sold those bonds. And they operating as rogue agents. ATF is the latest ones. Because reason why Trump signed an executive order to stop them from going ahead and trying to go ahead and confiscate people's firearms. And you know what the ATF did? They thumbed their nose at them.
Rogue agencies.
Yeah, but that's all right. Because the only ones that's active right now, and they still operating on honor of the Constitution, is the United States Marshals. And they're not playing. They're not playing. And the provost marshals is that. Those are the only two. Those are the only two. So that's just a little jewel. I was talking with another more via Facebook from the Republic of Tennessee, and he put me on to that, and we were building a little bit from there because I can only contact them through Facebook IM because y'all know I'm banned on Facebook for a few days. I'm banned on Twitter for a few days, you know, because somebody didn't like what I said. Anything that's about the Republic or about Trump resurrecting the Republic or doing what he's supposed to do, you know, they're banned. But that's okay. That's why the CEO, Jack Dorsey, is sitting in Gitmo right now looking like Bin Laden.
Well, speaking of police, brother, hold on. I got you, brother. Speaking of police, how do each of our Drop Squad family feel about the provision that they're trying to push out there now with defunding the police? How do each one of y'all guys and, you know, of course, Empress, feel about that? Start with you, Wilhelmina.
Yeah, let the ladies first.
Me? Okay. Well, first and foremost, I just want to give a acknowledgement to our latest member joining us, Sister FAYE. Hey, how you doing, sis? Welcome.
Sister FAYE.
Dawn.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, and our other sister, Dawn. I hope she's still with us. Yeah, to answer your question, just defund the police thing, as I told brother, our SHEIK, brother Dawood earlier, before we officially started, I was saying how we are gearing up. The left Democrats are trying to gear us up into a kamikaze of a triple NEO, new era of Nazism. And to kickstart that off would mean that they would have to destabilize our so-called defenders of the free world. And that would entail law enforcement. So for them, when I hear them talking about defund the police, okay, all right. What's next though? And that's the thing about leftist people. They want to talk about what they want to do, what they feel that they can do, but they never talk about what's next if they accomplish what they are setting out to do. That's the problem with them. And that's going to be their damn downfall as well, because they never know what to do. They always talk about, oh, we need to kick Trump out. He's a tyrant. The same way that they did Saddam Hussein.
Right.
Kick them out. Now what? What's next? Nothing but chaos. And why is it chaos? Because that's all that they know. That's what they pledge their allegiance to, because chaos is how they enforce their power. If you can't solve a problem whenever a problem comes up and comes your way, that's how you keep your power. And that's all you really want. You're not there to protect the world. You're not there to make the world a better place, as Brother Michael Jackson always talked about. Peace be upon him. You are there for the devil to ensure what the devil plan has always been planning. And that's nothing but chaos and a life set on always living in revenge. And that's it. And I yield.
Brother David?
To me, I think defunding the police is a mistake, in a sense. I think the reason why I feel like it's a mistake is because, you know, we're trying to blame, you know, blacks getting killed and all this other stuff on, you know, the police or whatever. But I feel like if we knew of our nationality, we wouldn't be getting treated as badly as we would, because we know our true status and our true nature on this planet, and not use those, not go off the, you know, being killed because of you know, the straw man and all that stuff, or us claiming to the labels that lead to slavery and death. I feel like they have a plan to make this stuff, you know, when they talk about defunding the police, I feel like they're talking about going into, you know, how we saw RoboCop, you know, the movie RoboCop or whatever, and how all this stuff is becoming AI, artificial intelligence, and all this other stuff. All that technology is leading to all that. It's leading to that, to where it's like, okay, y'all don't want actual humans being funded. We gonna create our own, and we ain't gotta fund them, you know, and they gonna go out by our programming, you know, our whatever we want them to do, you know. So if they program that robot to look at you and see you as still undesirable, as a nigga or whatever, guess what? Just like in that movie RoboCop, Ed 209, when the dude had the gun in his hand and he put the gun, even though he put the gun down, the Ed 209 still shot him in the beginning of the movie. I don't know if y'all remember that. That was before your time, Willa. I was joking, but
what you saying, my man?
You know, it's just like, I'm just saying, it's like following orders. It'll still follow those orders. So I feel like defunding the police, in a sense, is a bad way to go about it. I feel like you really have to educate people, to those, you know, those officers, to truly value life, even if it's not of the same nationality or skin complexion or whatever that they're used to. You know, just learning to really respect life. You know, but we have to respect it ourselves, from the womb to from men, women, to the womb, all of it. You know, So with that, that's my thoughts on that. You know, I yield the floor for that. You know, and probably have something else to say later on.
Brother O.
Defunding the police. That is a recipe for anarchy and chaos. Because regardless of how we think of them, let's just put it in the perspective. Let me just make an overview. That police derive from the word policy. And their job is to go ahead and enforce corporate policy. Okay? So the corporation which they're employed by, meaning the city, they're going to enforce their policy. And the so-called citizens, U.S. citizens, you know, who think they're citizens, because so-called black people can never be citizens, U.S. citizens. But they're going to go ahead and protect and serve their corporation. They're not going to protect and serve you. With that said, defunding the police will be totally abysmal. It'll be totally abysmal, because regardless of how you think about some of them, I would rather have 10 crooked policemen and policewomen around me than rather have 20 crooks around me. Because they have to keep everything regulated. They have to keep everything in control. That's what their job is supposed to be. It's supposed to do. They're supposed to secure everything. So defunding the police, I'm not with it, because like, look what you see at all these in these cities, which are controlled and ran by Democrats, Democrat mayors, Democrat governors, causing nothing but chaos. They allowed Antifa and Black Lives Matter to do whatever, whenever, the looting, the pillaging, the stealing. We seen it firsthand here in Miami but that got shut down real quick because regardless, Miami is a Republican city and we do have a Republican mayor. So, no, I'm not with the defunding the police. No, I'm not with that. Because reason why I say that, because we can police ourselves, period. You know, and I go back to Amendment 2. A well-regulated militia bearing to the security of a free state the right of the people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. Now, a well-regulated militia. This ain't, when they say that, when they wrote that, they didn't mean like a bunch of people that's living off the land or anything like that. Well-regulated meaning organized, patrolling your community, patrolling your neighborhood, doing just like that. That's how the Black Panther Party was doing in the 60s. That's how the Deacons of Defense were doing. And that's how a number of others were doing, that's without no mention. Because you got to have order. That's why we have laws. That's why we have a constitution. Supreme law of the land. And for that, I yield.
All right, brother. Thank you. Let's go to Sister Dawn. What are your thoughts about defunding the police?
You know, whenever these type of issues come up, I always feel like it's a litmus test for our people in gauging where we are. And the fact that we still are not talking about creating our own communities is, as much as we talk about what they're doing or what they might do or what they're trying to do, I think it's unfortunate because if we really had put, let's just say we took the last 12 months and came together and built communities all across the country, you know, like strong communities, it would be less of an issue. We would be less concerned about what they're gonna do. And we're still not talking about it on a national level, I think, as much as we should.
This is true.
So those are my thoughts on it. I just think it's unfortunate that we don't spend enough energy looking at our own future and what we feel like it should look like for us, irregardless of what's going on with them. And because we don't do that, you know, we are constantly on this roller coaster ride. I mean, we've done it before. And I think when you look at Tulsa and you look at Rosewood, what was the thing that really was their downfall? It wasn't just that they came and they were jealous and it's because we didn't have a military force. We weren't prepared to kick ass.
Drop the horn.
And those are things we need to be thinking about, but I don't know, we're still in a state of fear and panic and worry. You know, we're gonna go back to my teacher, Bobby Hemmett, worried about what they gonna do, what they might do, instead of, you know, doing what we can do for ourselves.
Right.
2020, we still like, oh, they might do what? Come on now, let's go buy some land.
I totally agree with Sister Dawn on that.
I agree.
You know, I don't think we not gonna really make them they kick a hole in their wall and stuff unless we have our own military, our own Moorish military.
Got you, bro. Sister, do you yield?
I yield. Thank you.
Okay. Sister Faye.
Can I drop the horn?
You were supposed to drop it a long time ago, but it's cool.
And I didn't want to cut the sister off. She was building on some. I didn't want to make a little.
I'm pretty sure she won't mind. Listen, we give our flowers, you know, to our guests and our family so they can smell them. They appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing with it when they transcend. We give them their flowers right now.
Absolutely.
Sister Faye, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. Y'all know how I feel. If we're not talking about nationality and having our own and desegregating, we're not talking about much or nothing. So I totally concur with Don. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. If we're not willing to start making these sacrifices and separating, what I see more of is the amalgamation of our people. And that's the problem. Most of these things were set up like the police department. You know, they're not geared toward what we need in our communities. Okay, this is just not geared to, you know, for us. I don't like trading my freedom for safety. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like that. And usually at the end of the day, the crime already been committed when they show up. I'm just saying. You know, bullets already been fired. You know, that's a false sense of security. The police department to me is a false sense of security in the first place.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. Okay. Sister, do you yield?
I yield.
Okay. Thank you, sister. That was awesome. Once again, you know, thank you for blessing us with your wisdom. Dawn, great points. Also, Wilhelmina, we also have a guest.
Yes.
Sister Darian.
Sister Darian is back with us. What's good?
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
how you doing, sister?
Pretty
just
good,
for you to
and you?
Just for you to know, sister, we're talking about your feelings on defunding the police.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on it? But we're gonna get to you in a second. We're gonna ask you in a second, okay?
I'm sorry, I'm getting my hair done right now, but okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, you just gonna listen?
Yeah.
Okay, we got you.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna mute it.
You're welcome. Appreciate you. Brother Supreme.
Thank you for having me.
Always welcome, sis. Always welcome.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts and opinions about defunding the police?
Defunding the police. I don't have a problem with it either way. The thing is, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't, is because when the police was started, they were started in 1838 in Boston, which Boston at this time was a large commercial shipping center. And the police were created to protect businesses, right? Safeguard property.
Correct.
But in the midst of this, they started fucking with the people. That's how you get the slave catchers and all of this shit. You dig? The spook hunters and all this shit. So we know throughout time, if you pay attention to history, that this shit has been going on for the last 100 years, 200 years at the most. The police is not to fucking even stop, say anything, or talk to you because you are not property. You are a human fucking being. 8 USC 1324. Look that up. You are an alien.
That's right.
To the United States. Those are United States policy enforcers. They are there to protect the businesses. But if you are agreeing to be chattel property, dead in the eyes of law, civil little mortus, Black, Negro, colored, African American, Hispanic, so on, et cetera, then you are property of the United States and you are their property. So then they have recourse to interact with you. They can't act with the natural human being. Period. Period. This is why we stressing to y'all to get nationalized.
Mm-hmm.
There's codes, the United States codes, which one is USC 18 subsection 241. That's conspiracy against rights. If two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, in any free exercise of enjoyment of any right, they shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 10 years or both. Wow. When a policy enforcer flags you and stops you from traveling from here to fucking Timbuktu, if that's where the fuck you wanted to go, they are conspiring against your human rights.
That's
this
right.
has nothing to do with no civil shit. You talking civil, you talking that property shit. Civil courts deal with property. Facts. The county is still in fucking, they still in the business of slavery. Period.
Oh, I heard a bell.
USC 18, subsection 242 is deprivation of rights under color of law. This is why we telling y'all to nationalize.
Facts.
Under color of law, you agreeing to be a fucking a color, civil little more tubes. I can't explain this shit to you. You have to read this shit.
Color of law.
Says, whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, because this shit is not law that the policy enforcers are enforcing. They are enforcing ordinances and colorable corporate fucking law. This is not, I'm not gonna say policy. Law, it's policy.
It's policy.
The laws is the Constitution. That is the law of the land. And even though each state has its own constitution, they bound to the United States of America
right.
Constitution. You understand? And it says, let me read this again. USC 18, subsection 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. Whoever under color of law, of any law, statute or ordinance, regulation or custom willfully subjects any person in the state to the deprivation of any rights shall be fined, under this title or in prison not more than 10 years or both. You can look this information up in the Constitution. Grab your Constitution. Matter of fact, you can get that common law handbook for jurors, sheriffs, bailiffs, and justices. They can't deal with you as a human being. The courts can't talk to nobody but colorable motherfuckers and businesses. That's why they issue a fucking lawyer to you. And look up the word lawyer or attorney. He turning your ass over to the courts. Then they have jurisdiction. They ask you, do you understand? But that's legalese. Legalese is a secret language that they invented in court. When you go into court, think about this. What do you play on the court? You play basketball on the court. You play tennis on the motherfucking court. And what do they use to hit the motherfucking tennis ball with?
A racket.
A racket. This shit is a racket, man.
And that's what they running, is a racket.
This is why I say we don't go into court. We're not supposed to go into courts, and they're not supposed to deal with us. Ignorance of the law is no excuse, and they go for the policy enforcers too, which they know this shit, but they gonna eat off of your ignorance though. I let my license go in 2017. I've been driving ever since then. I haven't got flagged yet, but from previous shit, before I got this deep, I was enforcing the fucking law. I was enforcing the Constitution. So I had been in their courts. I've been standing on my circle, my spiral. And I've been giving their ass the business since I was about 17, 18 years old. So they know, and when you know, they can't fuck with you.
Right.
That's why it's important to read this shit. Read it. Don't let no man tell you nothing. Man knows not by being told. You got to get this information. So I'm going to yield it with this. I don't have a problem with it either way because they know it's on you, us, as the people to figure this shit out and know this shit so you can protect yourself. Because if you don't know your rights, you have no rights. And I yield the floor.
My brother, just for research purposes and for individuals here and on YouTube or that's gonna watch the video in the future, could you cite that that case law or that
the United States codes?
Yeah, the code. Okay.
Yeah, United States Code. Exactly.
Okay, this is
don't spit through it. Take your time with it so people can digest it.
Okay, I got you. This is United States Code 18, well, USC 18 subsection 241. This is conspiracy against rights. United States Code or USC 18 subsection 241, conspiracy against rights. If two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state in any free exercise of or enjoyment of any right, they shall be fined under this title or in prison, not more than 10 years or both.
Wow.
18 USC subsection 241. Now, USC 18 subsection 242 goes with that. And that's deprivation of rights under color of law. Whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully, subjects any person in any state to the deprivation of any rights shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 1 year or both. Another one goes with that, which is United States Code 18 subsection 2071, which is concealment. And it says whoever willfully or unlawfully conceals, removes, mutilates, obliterates, or destroys, or attempts to do so, documents, file, or or depose with any clerk or any officer of the court shall be fined or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. This is what these so-called judges are. They are administrative clerks masquerading as judges. The only thing a judge should be doing for you is filing your fucking paperwork.
Bingo.
He's an administrative clerk. That's all he is. Administrative clerk masquerading as a fucking judge.
Bingo.
Go pull their bonds and they oaths. They'll know you ain't fucking around then.
Judge Joe Brown broke that down. Definitely.
I'm sorry, what you say?
I said Judge Joe Brown broke that down on YouTube.
Yes, he did. Yes,
he broke it down to science. Just to add to compliment your point.
And if you want to take civil action, go to USC 42 subsection 1983, civil action for deprivation of rights.
Hold on, brother. Slow it down, brother. Give the code again. Slow it down a little bit.
United States Code. Hold on. You got it? Go ahead, D.
Go ahead.
USC, United States Code 42, subsection 1983, and that's civil action for deprivation of rights. This goes to read, every person who under, every person who under color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom or usage of any state subjects or causes to be subjected any person within the jurisdiction thereof to be deprived of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured by the Constitution and the laws shall be lienable to the party injured and action at law. That's where you perfect the lien. You perfect the lien, you get their bond number, which is the insurance number that pays them. The insurance company gonna take that badge and gun until this lien is satisfied.
It goes back exactly to what I said about with them not having them gold and silver shields on there, and they replaced it with that patch on their shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They're operating as rogue agents, so they really not no department. They've been dissolved. Obama sold their damn bonds.
Mm-hmm. So they acting rogue.
Bingo. That includes the ATF. That includes any of those alphabet soup boys.
But they took an oath.
Bingo.
They took an oath to serve you.
They took an oath to serve there, and they violating that right now. All except for the United States Marshals and the, and the Provost Marshals. Provost, Provost.
Okay. Brother Supreme, do you yield back the time?
Yeah, that's all I have for right now for you. I got some more shit, but we can come back to it later on because I want to show y'all the government by cassette and get on the voting shit. We can, so I'll yield the floor.
I got you, brother. As for me to anchor the conversation as it pertains to the police, I feel as if it's a ploy not only to blame the police for these failed institutions, such as them not having adequate enough mental health hospitals or the like to actually help the people. And by them doing so, they kind of masquerade the problem as it being the policy enforcers, when yet it's the state that's fucking up by not giving the people what it is that they need. These bureaucrats, these failed institutions, like I said before, the mental health hospitals, they aren't helping anybody. They're misdiagnosing a lot of people a lot of times. In the example of what his name is, Mr. Wallace up there in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Where he was having a mental breakdown. That is a prime example of the institution failing that individual, not the police. Because as a policy enforcer, I know that they have, the right to go home as well as anybody, any other public servant. And they're trained to handle those kind of situations in the event of somebody coming at them wielding a knife. It only, from my expertise studying martial arts, it only takes 21 feet for a person to lunge at you, run at you with a knife, and do critical damage with a weapon, with a firearm or not.
Right.
That is something you can look up on YouTube. All kinds of martial arts individuals, MMA, can attest to that. It's a 21 foot rule in regards to an individual having a knife. And as you can see, if you go back and look at the video, this individual was clearly disturbed.
Right.
Not an indictment on him or his, him or his person, as far as Mr. Wallace. It just goes to show you that these other institutions that they're trying to supplement via the state reallocating or taking money away from the police is going to set a wrong precedent. It's going to give out the wrong message. There's other programs that's going to be involved, such as what is it? They was talking about community events and community centers and stuff like that they were going to use. That is all bullshit. Because if that was the case, you could have took that money out of other things. You could have took that money from out of the roadways.
Thanks.
You could have took that money out of many other expenditures that we're grossly misusing across this continental United States. But yet you want to defund the police under the guise of, okay, they're not doing their jobs or they're killing us. When we look at the statistics, police are killing more so-called Albions than they are us, but that don't get reported. We get the front page because it's a narrative that's being played.
Right.
That's what's fueling Black Lives Matter. That's what's fueling these leftist communist agendas that's moving forward so that they can be subsidized moving forward. These programs that they're getting are for these leftists to run, to miseducate our children. Because when I saw Mr. Wallace's son said the racist cop killed my dad, I cringed. I literally cringed.
Right.
Where was the racism? Where was the racism with those two police officers?
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I didn't even see it because I watched the whole thing just as much as you did. They was also right there at the scene, also calling for EMTs and paramedics as well.
Thank you.
They were even trying to save the young man's life. Why nobody hasn't reported about that?
See, here's the thing. They have been called, the police have been called there 3 or 4 more times before that incident. And there was one incident where he had threatened his mother. He had beat his mother. But that don't get reported. It's a narrative that they're trying to push. So when this narrative comes about, you have the outrage of the people because people are not getting the full facts.
No, of course not.
Of the situation. I'm going to keep it a little bit more brief, and I'm going to just say this. At the end of the day, this is a power grab. This is for them to reallocate money into socialist programs, to train our children to accept Black Lives Matter. And we know what their organization is about.
Right.
To accept the LGBTQ community, to push that into schools, because that's what's going to be on the agenda and on the rhetoric. Because a lot of these funds that's going to be reallocated are going to go to those kind of programs. Also, defunding the program, like I said, defunding the police, like I said, sets a bad precedent. What that means when people hear that are probably less intelligent than we are, they have a misconception. Oh, there aren't going to be many police on the street. So let me go do what I need to do. You understand? You couple that with the fact of the Second Amendment being under attack, then you have we the people are in a pretty nasty pickle, ain't we?
Right.
So with that being said, we have a brother here. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man?
Yeah, welcome to CHIJOKIE.
Okay.
Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
I'm going to ask you a question, brother. We were just going around and asking the different people on the panel about how do you feel about the police being defunded? What are your thoughts and your opinions on that subject?
To be honest, man, I mean, we need the cops, man. I'm not a big cops fan, but we need the cops. You can't just defund cops. And I mean, we need the cops in some kind of situation. You just can't defund them. If you defund them, then they're gonna have people going crazy. And in the Black community, you already know it's getting bad out there. So I mean, you need something. You can't just not have any cop, man. You need something. Or you need the sheriff or something like that, man.
Right.
I'm cool with the sheriffs, man, but you need something.
I got you, brother. Do you yield back? Do you yield the floor back?
What's up?
Are you finished with your point, or?
Wait, say that again. I can't hear you.
I said, are you finished with your point?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna at this time yield the floor to Supreme, so that he can present something for you all. Supreme.
Yeah, I just want to chime in on what you were saying, bro. The defunding of the police is the start of the new world order.
Yep.
Think about the shit that we didn't experience the last, I want to say 8 to 10 months with the COVID shit. This is affecting the world globally. This is a consensus that the fucking whole globe is watching this election to see where the new world order is going. So the funding the police, the fucking introducing the transgender shit into the classrooms, all of that is the satanic communist new world order in effect, man. So if it goes that way, this is what you can expect to happen. Anarchy and fucking chaos. I yield.
Can I say something real quick?
All right. The chair acknowledges David. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, appreciate it. I'm sorry. Can you pull up Sarah McBride, Delaware Democrat, Sarah McBride?
Okay.
Jeff says Andrew Jackson responded to the corrupt parliament of 1824 by tearing apart. Slave-owning Democrat and insisted on preserving the Union in 1860. I think that millions and millions of Americans who went out to rallies, who formed both parades, and Arizona.
I remember this person. Yeah.
So it's like this. That's what they're pushing in a sense. I think that's why, like Oliver was saying earlier about them trying to defund, it's a type of anarchy that they want to present. You know, they want chaos to come out, and they basically are, to me, they want us to be afraid to test them or to check them, to check their order, their policies, what's going on, all the stuff that they keep passing. They view us as a threat in a sense, you know. So they feel like with this openly trans state senator, you know, person or whatever, Sarah McBride, it's like the devil is actually really putting his nuts on the table in a sense to see ain't nobody finna stop what's going on. You know, it's like his arrogance is clearly out there now. And I think with like you saying about the funding the police is basically gonna be like the Wild Wild West in a sense. It'd be like the Wild Wild West, and people just doing whatever they want to do. And then once it's like that, once everybody's doing whatever they want to do, they're gonna bring in whatever they've been planning for years to enforce. You know, that like I said, that order out of chaos, once that chaos is really created, because it seems like that's what they want to happen, especially with this election going on right now. You know, But I yield back. I yield the floor back. You know, as we go into talk more about the election and all that stuff. I guess I'll pick back up. I yield.
I understand, brother. I just want to add this little report. If everybody will allow me to speak candidly, this government looks at us like a bunch of pussies. Because after 9/11 and what we know now, and we ain't do shit about it, you know what I'm saying? They looking at us like, they ain't gonna do shit. Once we take away their guns, they can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? They know how far to push. And they've been pushing and pushing for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And like with the Second Amendment, people, they try to tie it in, especially Biden, try to tie it into hunting and all this other stuff. The Second Amendment wasn't written for that.
Right.
Second Amendment was written for if the government becomes tyrannical, you as the people have a right to blow their motherfucking head off.
That's right.
Because they acting outside of the scope of what they're doing.
Yeah.
When you operating under tyranny, you know what I'm saying? They become tyrannical.
Yep.
Rogue, as I believe one of the brothers put it earlier. They go rogue.
They go rogue. They already
The
have.
Second Amendment, this is why they're trying to get rid of that shit. The Second Amendment ensures us the right to form that militia and do what we need to do to ensure our freedoms. Period. It ain't no joke. That Second Amendment ain't no joke. That's what keep them at bay.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times they do slick shit. They playing mind games, and they fucking over the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, a lot of those Albions are even seeing it. They getting tired.
Oh yeah.
They getting tired. So it's a point of we need to link up and see who the real enemy is. All this, you know, the prophet said to love instead of hate. He ain't say to amalgamate. Love instead of hate. So you got to know who your real enemy is out here. And not all skin folk is kinfolk either.
Bingo.
I'm going to keep it 100 like that too. And with that, I yield the floor to Oliver Jackson Bay to bring forth anything he wants to bring forward.
Okay.
I yield.
All right. Thanks for that, YECHIDAH. Yeah, definitely. The Democrats, or should I say the Demon Craps or Demon Rats, are definitely want to try to gun for basically rip up the Constitution, because if you watch the movie G.I. Joe Retaliation, look for that scene where you had the president at that time, which was actually Zartan in disguise, was telling the real president, who he is emulating, telling that he said this clearly. This was a code. He said, I got some of my people in my administration that wants to burn the Constitution. Literally. What the hell do you think they were meaning by that? It's a reason, and I've said this several times. This is the reason why, by the generals and why Donald John Trump, the Knight Templar, and a member of the John Burke Society, was appointed to be president. Because never mind about all the other little stuff, that's nothing. He was appointed because he believes in the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, the great, as Noble Drew Ali put it, the greatest documentation of all time. It is the GOAT of all documentations. And with regards to the Second Amendment, I'm very big on that. I'm very big on that. It's reasons why I converse with people like Coleon Noir, like Marge Touré, like and several other gun rights individuals. Don't matter who they are, European or Asiatic. And see, I am fortunate, as well as YECHIDAH, are fortunate enough that we domicile, born and raised and domicile in the land of flowers. And we take our gun rights very seriously, just as much as Texas do, just as much as Georgia do, just as much of any of the Sunbelt states, period. And that Second Amendment, like YECHIDAH said, is to keep, if the government decide, this de facto government decide to be tyrannical, we got every right to go ahead and defend ourselves. More importantly, defend our nation. But then I see Moors on here getting mad at my brother Jamal Talib Abdullah Bey and Moorish militia because they exercising their Second Amendment rights and they're enforcing the Constitution. Instead of y'all hating on them, y'all need to be trying to get like them. Because when all this is go down, shoot, we got nobody just but us. We ain't trying to usurp the United States or anything like that. That's asinine. Why would I want to usurp a nation that we have a treaty with? Don't make any sense.
Damn. Yep. That's a fact.
So that's why I don't care how you do it. If you got to get John Wicked up, then do it. That's plain and simple. Because see, like what the demon rats are bringing in, see, they already being funded by, we all know they're being funded by Soros. We all know that Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and several of these small little segments are doing their dastardly deeds to try to usurp, to keep the Republic from rising back up. And that's exactly what we're seeing all over again. This thing ain't never changed. It just evolved. Different time era, but it's the same old thing. Only difference is, instead of us having scimitars, motherfucker, we got AR-15s and AK-47s. And some other stuff I have yet to even come across here.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is why I say everybody that's not skin folk and kinfolk, because some of us that look like us don't have our best interests at heart. And some of us that don't look like us literally do. So I would say like this, study your circles, know your enemy. I don't need to say any more on that because we haven't seen anything yet. None of this don't surprise me what happens. With that, I yield the floor.
Well, I just want to add something on to what the brother was saying. You see, in business, it's never personal. That's rule number one in business, never personal.
Right.
Our diaspora, our people, for the most part, we are not a business-minded people. We haven't gotten fully amalgamated in this culture to really reap the benefits of this culture. A lot of us don't understand credit. A lot of us don't understand what this fiat currency really is and how to use it. We weren't taught that in school. We were taught, some backward version of history amongst many other BS that we've learned. But what I challenge all of us to do as Moors, declared and otherwise, is to learn how to work with other groups of people. I'm not saying to bring them in or adopt them and bring them in. No, it's just like business. When you go on a business meeting, there's many different nationalities and cultures that's sitting at that table. But there's one aim. Once you achieve that aim, you go about your business for your own, for your own nation or whatever. But at that time, it's like a coalition. Better yet, we have to learn how to work with other groups in terms of coalition to achieve certain goals. We've always been taught to shy away from that, and I've seen it. We don't do that in business, and just general knowledge, just sitting with a group of people and having a discussion. We don't do that. I challenge, all of us, as and other people, watching this. Get out your comfort zone. Be comfortable in your own skin. Know where you are in your life. You know what I'm saying? Nationality wise and all of that stuff. Right. That's great. That's private. You know what I'm saying? You do that in your private. But in your public, go out there and mix with people. You'll never know what you learn. There's another individual who might have a key that we might need as a nation to open up another door.
Exactly.
You understand? I made a example earlier. Prophets say, go to those who know the law. At that time, the people that was a student in law, back in the 20s, 30s, it might not have been, a melanated person. It might not have been. They might not have had access to a melanated person to ask them that law question. They might have to go to an Albion or a person of another culture to get that key. But remember, he said ask an intelligent tone, right?
Intelligent tone.
So when we go, we talk to different people in order to get what we need to get to bring it back to our nation. Sometimes we have to go out there as quote unquote spies. You know what I'm saying? And get the knowledge. Like Ice Cube said in Higher Learning, I'm here to get the knowledge.
Bingo.
With that, I yield. Brother David, is there anything that you would like to discuss or bring forth tonight for the panel?
I guess my thing is I just wanted to see what everybody's opinion was on the election and what are your personal what's your personal outlook and views on it, on what's happening. What do what do you foresee the next few years or next 4 years or whatever, no matter who's in office? What do you see yourself doing, or what do you versus what you see everybody else doing, in a sense? Or how will you respond to this situation, or what's going on?
Okay, so that's like a 3-part question, right?
Yeah.
Our thoughts on the election.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thoughts on the election. What do you see? Like, what is your outlook on
the election moving forward?
The world, the next 4 years, and what how do you feel like you should be able to respond? Or what would be your response to if Trump is in, or if Biden, however it unfolds, or whatever, like you were saying about the Second Amendment, you know, they're trying to take away guns and all that stuff. Just your view on that point.
Okay, everybody in the panel heard the question, correct? If anybody didn't hear the question, ask for a repeat, please.
Yeah, repeat the question, please.
Okay, what are your personal views on the election and what's going on, what you see going on today with the election and the election process? Second, what will be your what do you think is going to come down the pipeline for the next 4 years due to the whoever selected as president? And what would be your actions as far as like if it being protecting yourself or just whatever you think you need to do in order to be prepared for whatever is coming down the pipeline, you know, their agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so we clear, you said.
So thoughts on the election.
Reaction.
How do you feel about the future moving forward?
Yeah.
And the third question was, I'm going to try to paraphrase it.
Mindset of reaction or what you would do, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you,
and how are you going to move post the election?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the election? That's the first question. Wilhelmina, second question.
Future moving forward for yourself.
Future moving forward, your thoughts and opinions, future moving forward, and your actions after the fact.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm going to start off with the Empresses. If I'm going to start off with Sister FAYE.
I'm sorry about that. I was trying to unmute myself. Thank you for having patience. I really don't have much of a thought on the election. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna put it like that. Okay, my thing is for us as Moors to unite, for us to develop our own state, which we have a right to do. What they're doing is really none, as far as being a Moor, it's really none of my business what they do in their democracy. That's what they've chosen for themselves. That's what they've chosen for themselves. Trump is trying to bring back the republic. That's our venue. That's the government that we're part and parcel of, is the republic. If they're not talking about the republic, then they're not talking about us. So that's why I say I don't have a dog in that fight unless they're talking about the republic. Future, again, like I stated, the truth coming out about who we are, us doing more work in the community to educate people on who they are, their history, and their rights. Like Brother Supreme was saying, we suffer from those titles that they've put on us, Negro, colors, and Black, which has taken us out of law. So we are really running around here. Those of us who do not have a nationality are outlaws. Our people are not aware of that. Okay. I know that the maximum is ignorance of the law is no excuse. However, because our people were maliciously taught wrong. Let me put that again. Maliciously taught wrong. And the hate was so fervent within the Abion's ancestors that they even harmed their own prodigy from their hate for us. That's horrible. So all of us are suffering from this lie. And none of us, well, big majority of us, I'm not going to say none of us, a lot of us do not know our place And we're being hindered by people who are agents and are not aware that they're agents because they think they're doing right, because they think they have an understanding of something they clearly don't understand what's going on. Clearly don't understand. This election has taught me how uninformed people are and how they do base their decisions on pure emotions. And not only that, it also made me look at traditions. You know, our people have gotten into the habit when voting of the tradition of voting Democrat, not even knowing the issues, just going out there casting, okay, their pick on a candidate or an individual. They have no background information on this person. And so it made me look at traditions. We have to, especially in this coming age, have to be able to think outside the box and not allow tradition to hinder us from changing our minds or doing something different when it's necessary, if that makes any sense. When it's necessary to change, when it's necessary to do something different. We can't allow tradition to keep us stuck, you know, in murky waters. We have to be able to always be able to hear facts and make a decision based on the facts that we know. And like I said, if we're not talking about nationality, if we're not talking about coming together as a people, we're not talking about anything, because it's power in numbers at the end of the day. You can't make a change. You know, when I'm saying you could change in your household, you could change within your community. That's it. But it's going to take all of us to change the world. And this bickering and arguing and being involved in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with us is just a total waste of time. You know, we need to stick to our facts and where we're going as a people, okay? And our destiny. That's what's on the table right now. Who are we going to become in the future? Because right now it's not looking very bright for us. You know, it's just not. Our people are so amalgamated in this system, and they're comfortable being Black. They're comfortable being Negroes, and they're comfortable with a false history of slavery. And that's hindering our progression. It really is. These lies are hindering us. And until we can cut through these lies and be able to stand and be able to tell the truth and have a platform to get to the masses of people, you know, like Trump says, a lot of fake news out there. That's all they publish. And people hook, line, and sinker because it's coming from people they think are in authority. We got to be able to go back to critical thinking, you know, and practice that within our household, you know. And that's all I really have to say, you know, about it. I mean, it's about Moors for life for me. And that's why I stand. It's about our people. You know, we can't worry about these other groups of people and their concerns when we got so many issues that we need to be looking at and solving for ourselves, and stop looking for outside sources to do it for us. They can't. It has to be solved with us. And I yield the floor.
Wilhelmina, you know what to do.
I'm sure y'all would want me to go, because the way I'm about to ask.
You know what? No, Wilhelmina. You got to give that stuff flowers. Her roses. You got to drop that horn, that bell, whatever.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah. Bring it. Bring it. Go ahead, Sister Faye.
Yes, Sister Faye. I'm going to open up to Sister Dorian. If Sister Dorian would like to participate, now is the time.
Yes, yeah. Darian, you still with us, sis? She's still with us.
Mike is still muted.
Okay, she said she was at a hair salon, so I respect the sister. She just wants to listen in tonight. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, she can't talk.
We got you, sister.
Yeah.
So we'll just have you as our audio guest.
Yeah.
If you want to chime in at any time, let us know through the chat. We'll bring you in. Okay, we still, you know, acknowledge you and see if you want to participate. With that, I'm gonna yield to Sister WILHELMINA.
Like I was saying, I'm not sure y'all will want me to go next because the way my response is hot enough to burn a house down. So
okay. You want to table it? You want to table your response for now?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for everybody else.
Okay, so she's gonna table her response. Would you like to go last? Would you like to anchor?
Yeah, I come in with the anchor.
I got you, sister. No disrespect.
Darian says she can't talk right now, but yeah. Okay. She hears us though. Okay. We got
Brother CHIJOKIE.
He's still here.
If you would like to answer the Sheik's question concerning the election.
Yeah, man, that election. Bro, I don't know. There's something going on with the election. I think it's rigged, bro. I think, like I said, the deep state, man, there's something going on, man. Because, like, the count, like, there was at one point, they just stopped counting stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? They're just going to stop counting shit? So, man, I don't know, man. I don't trust the system. So, you know, it is what it is. And, okay, I'm gonna go at this as spirituality. I think there's gonna be something big happening, man. There's gonna be a war, man, because there's just no way that something's not gonna happen. Because we've been on this fucking fake COVID shit. There's got to be something coming, man. There's got to be something. And I'm telling people, man, everybody better be prepared, man, because sometimes they're gonna shut the fucking stores, man. They're gonna do that. They're gonna see what people are gonna do. They're gonna start shutting shit down and get your dehydrated food, man. Start getting shit ready, bro. Cause there's something's gonna happen. It's gonna be crazy. People are not gonna expect it. They're gonna do another shutdown. Nobody's gonna expect this. It's gonna be a thief in the night, man. Nobody gonna expect this shit. And bam, shit happens. Nobody gonna expect it. But I'm just saying, everybody look out, man. There's something gonna happen. Just you can't trust this. The system. There's people running the system. That's why Trump is trying to get these people out, but it's gonna be hard, man. There's something gonna happen, man. Everybody better stay vigilant. It's gonna be a thief in the night, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I don't know what else to say.
Shit. All right, brother. You yield back to the chair.
What's up?
I said, do you yield back?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, after you finish your statement, you could yield, so we know that you're finished, because we don't want to interrupt your build.
Oh, okay. I ain't know that. Oh, okay.
With respect, we try to give everybody that time to shine.
All right, that's a bad afraid of.
We appreciate that, brother. I just want to add a little comment onto that as chair. That is very, very, very keen observation as far as getting supplies and things of that. That's not what's being talked about right now. And that is something we should highly consider right now here on this panel, and those that are listening. Spread the word to your family and friends, you know, start stocking up, you know, water, things of that nature, because like the brother said, we don't know what's ahead. And it's better to be prepared and the situation don't go down versus the, you know, not having anything and then it go down and then you needing the supplies and things of that nature. So great observation. Brother, is your name CHIJOKIE?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
okay. I wanted to make sure I pronounced it right.
Yeah, you got it right, man.
Thank you, brother, for your contributions. Next, I would go with Brother Supreme. After Brother Supreme, I will acknowledge Oliver Jackson, and then Sheik David, and then WILHELMINA. Brother Supreme?
You up, brother?
Okay. Brother Supreme is going to yield his time.
No, I think he's up.
They can't talk. He's still here though.
Okay. He's gonna yield his time for another time. So we're gonna move forward. I will actually table him to after Wilhelmina, so that if he has the time to come on, he can speak. Brother Oliver.
Yeah. Yeah. On top of that part with the supplies and everything like that, that's something that should have been. Well, if you haven't done it now, if you haven't done it back then, I suggest you do it now. Because the fact of the matter, we might be possibly looking after this election it's basically 2000 all over again. And Michigan is the new Florida, unfortunately. And what they're trying to do, they know the whole thing that I got insight on earlier. This the demon rats, they know they lost. The central banks know they lost. In fact, the central banks already know who won. They already announced the winner, and it's not Joe Biden. Because if anybody hasn't kept up with with Wall Street, with the stock market like I did, since this whole thing went down, they stuff done shot up. I mean, all the way up. And it wasn't because of Biden. Because as of right now, like CHIJOKIE said, the red wave was coming, was on the momentum, and then all of a sudden, 1 o'clock in the morning, they just stopped counting ballots. And I mentioned earlier, North Carolina, they put a freeze on theirs and won't start recounting until November 12th. Who does that? Plus, on top of that, Arizona's still in play. Because they announced early as well as California. It's a whole lot of miscues, but the thing about with this, in the meantime, what we have to do on our part, like I say, just go ahead and just try to prepare for the worst and all this stuff, and hope for the best. What I see, I still see the rise of the republic coming back. I still see that future still coming. I haven't lost hope. I'm still optimistic on it. I'm still meditating on it. As well as I've always said, nothing isn't about to stop what's coming. The demonic energy, the demonic things that were done the past several years, that's going to come to an abrupt end. They know they're losing, and it will show. It will show. It's looking crazy right now. But in the meantime, we just have to dig in our heels and do what we need to do, and just prepare for ourselves for the troubles and stuff. One of the things that I recommended, you could go to, what's the website? AR500.com, otherwise known as the Armored Republic, and try to invest in a plate carrier. And this a lot of things a lot of our people in the hoods don't know, don't want to do. They can spend 200-300 notes on Jordans and LeBrons instead of going to invest in something that could probably matter long term. Or things like that you need to protect yourself, to protect your family and your household. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Because like I said, even I don't even know the outcome of this, but I'm still optimistic. That's just me speaking on that. And for that, I'm just going to yield for right now.
Thank you, Brother O. Thank you. Great point with the plate carrier and, spending our money on things that can assist us in the future. I guess I will go next. Then I will yield to David. I will check Supreme and then Wilhelmina and then Supreme again, if need be. I myself I'm going to keep this short and brief. The election right now, honestly, without all this rigmarole and bullshit ballot counting and ballot dumping, Wayne County not being transparent with their counting situation, boarding up the windows to what seems to be, to me, election fraud. You know, let's be clear and transparent.
Yeah.
I think if Trump doesn't get it, you know, it's gonna be something. The Patriots are gonna come out, and if you know Trump does get it, you know, we got Antifa and all them on standby. So something's gonna happen either way. We as Moors, like I've always said, it's two bullies, stay the fuck out the way.
Yep.
When one bully is defeated, then we have to worry about how do we go about our business moving forward with that individual, whether they're for the Republic or not. We still have to figure out a way to deal with our situation moving forward, getting our brothers and sisters paperwork done, educating them, so on and so forth. So with that being said, the future portion, honestly, I'm a pessimistic, and with that being said, I don't see shit getting any better. It's not. The way the world was in yesteryear is not what it is today. Children are playing in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Pre-COVID, now it's a done deal with COVID. You don't see nobody on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So the future looks bleak for me, in my personal outlook, Brother David, regardless of who wins this election. Personally, I think COVID is a situation in which the cabal or the left use, they purposely put it out here for this very reason, to fuck up the election, to knock Donald Trump's approval rating down. As you can see, it's a situation in which I'm pretty sure a lot of those swing states like Michigan and so on and so forth would have been red already. This election thing wouldn't even be a thing,
right,
if it weren't for COVID. How do you have a record number in GDP, 33% in the midst of COVID? That should tell you something. That was running the country pretty great. Some people might have their gripes about, how he handled social issues or whatever. Look at who his predecessor was. A lot of those individuals died on his watch.
Yeah.
And I remember, that individual. He said if he had a son, he'll look like Trayvon Martin. Like, how is that comforting?
That's not even close to comforting.
That's not comforting. But to answer the third part, my brother, for me, all I can do is, as a man, protect and provide. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes. Will I lay my life down for my brother? Without a doubt. But as a man, that's all I can do. Protect and provide my family, my friends, my comrades. If I could use that word, I know it's a Marxist word, but Y'all know what I mean. And outside of that, there's nothing more to do, man. This don't change anything. Like Sister FAYE say, nationality is the order of the day. So regardless of who wins or whatever, we just got to figure out how we gonna move with getting this nationality, our people correct, our people with their status. You know what I mean? Let the riots and all that shit come. If it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Do the best you can to protect you and yours. Like Brother CHIJOKIE said and Brother Oliver echoed, you know, get y'all shit together. Stock up. Get a surplus and stuff. This is things we were supposed to do already. One more point before I yield to you, Brother David, is at the end of the day, we all got an expiration date anyway. You know, so with that being said, make this life right here the best quality of life you can. You understand? Enjoy it the best you can. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see, like Park said, we gonna see some shit that's gonna make it hard for us to smile, but shit, smile anyway. Nobody need this motherfucker, you know, alive.
Exactly.
So, you know, live it up, man. You know what to do. Don't step on nobody else's toes. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice as your pillars, as your guide. That first word, love. Once you got that, everything else will fall in place.
Yep.
Because you won't even need justice. Because the divine order gonna be with you. With that being said, I'm gonna yield to Supreme.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, brother.
What's the question?
The question was, what are your thoughts on the election? What are your thoughts moving forward with the results?
What was my thoughts before?
No, what are your general thoughts on the election right now?
Okay.
What are your thoughts moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
And Brother David, can you assist me with the last one?
What how are you gonna, what are some of the actions you're gonna take towards what is your how are you gonna respond to the situation, or you know, the whole outlook of it? You know, what do you you know, what do you think is gonna so you know.
Okay, got you. Well, what I think about the election is that right now, as of now, as it stands, we had one person who was trying to bring back the republic. Look past who it been, because before he became the president, all the black people was fucking with him. All the Hollywood people was fucking with him. All the entertainers, all the sports people. But as soon as Trump became the president, all that shit went out the window. Why? You got to ask yourself this. You got to ask yourself, why does he have people that he hired in his administration that he had to get rid of? And that shit is unsettling to me. Fauci shit, the dude was telling you, don't let COVID fucking keep you in the house scared and in fear. That was a code. That was a message. People didn't grasp it. People did not grasp it. So you got Trump come in after the 8 years of Obama and the 8 years of George Bush. He done more shit than both of them presidents combined for the so-called African-American community, right? Be it the prison reform or shit like the Platinum Plan, et cetera, hollering at Cube, hollering at Angela Stanton King, and getting people released from prison.
Opportunity zones.
Opportunity
Trump,
zone. School choice.
250 million surplus to historically black colleges.
I think it's a game. Even though we know that the HBCUs was started by the Europeans to keep us in a docile state of mind.
Right.
To be preachers, teachers, the bullshit of this construction that they have in place. You know what I mean? So I thought with all the rallies and all of the shit, the energy that Trump was producing, that it was going to translate into the polls. Now you must understand that we are dealing with a corrupt news media. The whole mainstream media outlets, they all corrupt. All of them. So they won't give you any statistics on what the polls really look like. And like I said, it don't matter who is the president, because whoever gets in, they are United States citizens who swore an oath to protect my human rights. So whoever gets in on this term to protect myself, my family, and my nation, I'm going to send them writs, holy writs, to remind them that they are oath bound to protect my human rights. I'm going to give them the proposition, and we're going to leave it at that. Y'all got treaties with us. So that's where I'm going with it. I ain't giving it no more of my energy after tonight. I'm done with it. Just make sure you got all your paperwork and shit together, because if he do get in there, y'all know what to expect. He already said he gonna make a nationwide mask mandate, which ain't law, but people don't understand what law is. Then you know that the internment camps, the re-education centers, all that shit is going up. You think he ain't gonna try to enforce some of this shit? He is. So my what I'm doing is getting all my shit in order, all my ducks in the row for is my paperwork, my status corrected, and I'm gonna be strapped up. You don't want this election, and I'm talking to my people, man, take you out of your character. Make sure you have food, you have water, and you protect it. That's the only thing that's gonna matter within these next couple of days. And over the next 4 years, which I think is gonna be like some serious tribulation type shit, is to have our shit in order as a nation. That's the only thing that's gonna save you. No man ain't coming, cracking those skies, saving you. Ain't no group of people coming to save you. You only gonna be able to save yourself and your people. Your family is your nation. That's your nation. What we got going right here on this Drop Squad Live podcast, this is our nation. This is our nation right here. So do whatever we can to protect the nation, protect your families. Make sure you have all the essentials. Don't buy into the propaganda that you're seeing on TV. Kick back, get you a glass of red wine, relax, and let this shit be what it's gonna be. Remember, the Most High is in control of all of this shit, period. It ain't nothing these motherfuckers can do if they is gonna try to steal the election. That's gonna keep, you know what I'm saying? Gonna keep God from doing his work, the Most High. So let that shit resonate with you. Know that the Most High is within you. And take care of your family, take care of yourselves, and let that be that. I yield.
Great points, brother. Great points. Once again, you know, your thoughts are refreshing. You know, everybody else that contributed, thank you. This is some very, very powerful stuff. the original question poser. Brother, you are up. Brother David. The SHEIK.
First of all, just want to say I agree with all of the points that have been stated. Like I said, we must know that no matter what we see, Allah is leading and victory is assured. You know, like Supreme said, I think a lot of this stuff seemed like tribulation, you know, revelations being spoken of in the Bible, what's going on these day and times of what's happening. I feel like with this election, like I said, they did a switcheroo with, like I said, 2000. But instead of it being the Republicans doing the whole switcheroo, it's like it was this time it's the Democrats. But it still go along that line of the Bushes, you know, the Clintons, the Bushes, Obamas or whatever, that Clinton line or whatever. I think that's what we're seeing. And I think because of Trump exposing the stuff that he's exposed and awakening people up how he has, I feel like they are like, whatever we got to do, we got to shut that down, because he's like I said, you talking about draining the swamp, he's really draining, you know, but it's like they're trying to stop the drainage from happening, from continuing, because it's exposing too many people. And for, you know, like if you got 4 more years in there, he's able to expose even more stuff, you know, and do more for the Republic, for us, you know, for this this nation, you know. But I feel like a lot of people don't want that. I feel like a lot of Black folks, like you guys said, we just fall for the banana in the tailpipe, fall for the okadoke, you know, and go off of just straight emotions, and don't we don't do any real research. We don't do any real thinking for ourselves. All we do is react. It's like we're emotional reactors, and I think that's the reacting that we see right now with you know, the Black folks who counting the votes and all this other stuff, and if they see Trump or whatever, or however they're doing, like you said, however they're trying to rig this thing to where, like I said, Trump was up, and then the next day, like I said, he just stopped, and then the next day, all you see is this Biden, you know, mail-in ballots, and that's all about the mail-in ballots. And it's like most of that stuff should have been counted prior, you know what I'm saying? But they was already saying that a lot of the mail-in ballots that was before early mail-in was gonna be for Biden. Then they said the ones that were after was gonna be more for Trump. So however they saw that, it seemed like they done switched that up and tried to pad on more numbers for Biden to win or whatever. It's just kind of not hard to understand, but it's just like how this road whatever this road is we're going down. We, like I said, we just got to be prepared for it, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. We got to be prepared on all fronts, all levels, and it really starts right here. You know, starts in mind, to where we got to walk on truth. We got to walk with faith. We got to walk with the heart and the courage, and not be afraid of seeing what we're seeing, or the propaganda that people are out here, you know, the propaganda that they're pushing for us to live in fear, or to think that everything is about to end, or whatever they're using to, whatever tactics they use to get everybody to get their ass out there and vote for Democrat. We can't fall for that, and I know we're not falling for that, you know. So it's like my thing is just start solidly, like you said, everything everybody said has made sense, where it's like that's what we all have to do, you know, standing on our square, standing on our foundation, feeding those who want to hear, who want to know, who want to learn, who want to grow and develop. You know, not everybody in our, like I said, all skin folk and kin folk. So not everybody in your family is going to appreciate what you're bringing. Not everybody is going to want to hear what you got to hear. Like Faye said, we are Moors. You know what I'm saying? And we have to know, like I said, this is, like we always say, a divine and national movement. And like I said, Allah's leading and victory is sure. You know, so like as we walk through this valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, gotta be prepared. Somebody trying to come at you, take them out physically, take them out mentally, take them out spiritually, however you gotta do it. You know, however, whatever that strength is, bring it to them, bring that power, bring it to them, let them know I got a divine right to be on this earth. Your time might be up, but that don't mean my time is up.
Right.
I gotta appreciate why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? What the reason I'm here for, even if the Black folks don't understand or appreciate what they're here for or what their purpose is. And they feel like is we just gotta keep walking behind this white man and getting their breadcrumbs, like they drop some breadcrumbs and like here we go trying to follow along them. So like I said, I just feel like I said, the thought process and protecting that first, because this election cycle it just made me really appreciate Trump. You know, it made me appreciate the opposite side, you know, from just automatically voting Democrat. You know, so with that, I yield the floor and just say, you know, appreciate the wisdom you all are bringing.
Thank you, Brother David, for that insight. As our resident Sheik, man, it's an honor. It's an honor to have you, brother. And last but not least but not last. Well, I said that wrong. Last but not least, and at last.
Yes, indeed.
Our co-host, my co-host, the baby girl,
Willa.
my little sis, WILHELMINA. Anchor us on. Anchor us on, sis.
Round of applause, y'all.
Drop the horn.
It's capital letters.
WILHELMINA, I officially yield the floor to you.
AKA Miss All Caps.
Corporate fiction.
Indeed. Thank you so much, my brothers, sisters, Drop Squad family. I'm so glad we are here together and that we are here venting and getting something very much out the way. I would like to start off with a good quote by music master teacher Bill Withers. He has a great song called You. And in this song, he says something very profound. You really only got two choices. You can stand up or you can lay down and still, you can lay down or you can stand up. You can lay down and be weak, or you can stand up on your feet and be strong. And with this whole conversation tonight, the whole topic, I'm glad that we are here together. I'm glad that we are venting and we are talking as the new elders now in charge of this world. It's been passed. Only thing that I can say as one of the youngest members of this entire collective, of this family that we all have together, I hear, not just for you all day long, the last couple of weeks, this entire year, all I see as I look around me is nothing but a ring of fire. The only difference is with this ring of fire, I'm not standing in it. I'm not standing in the middle of it. The difference is everybody else is. However, it's not really a ring of fire. It's only what you think is a ring of fire. You're in no danger. And this topic right here has been something that has been on my mind and my heart my entire life. And now I see the reason why I was put here on this earth. I see what I am here to do. Because Allah is the master teacher. Allah is the best of planners. It is Allah that I believe in. There's no other man alive that I believe in more than Allah, more than our Creator. And I say that because, again, as I look around me, I see that my friends, my family, my loved ones, even my enemies, I feel the energy from you all. You're in a place that you're not used to being in, and that place is in the corner of fear. You all feel as if the end is near for you, and this is only the beginning. People fear a volcano, but they still live next to it in some places. Knowing that at any time that it can erupt and upset and take us away, take our loved ones away from them. But this is not just a volcano. This is life, people. This is life. This is what comes with life. The entire purpose of life is nothing but a test. And at the end of every day, the test ends. And when the test ends, you have to look back and review and survey the lesson that you have learned from it. And ask yourself, I went through all of this. Now that I'm at the end, it's not as bad as I thought. Now that I'm at the end, what I feared was just learning. But that's life. That's where life comes from. That's the beauty of what life is. We live life in fear. We come into this world. We come into this world as a baby. We come in, though, at the real beginning as a small sperm. Now this sperm, it doesn't cry when it's going down the tunnel of life, when it's going from transferring from its father to the mother. We just go into the throne room. The throne room is our mother's womb. And in that throne room, we entomb ourselves for 9 whole months. And after that 9-month period is over, we crown ourselves. We come into this life with a crown on our head as our reward. We get through it. My purpose of what I'm trying to say to you all is to answer the questions of my brother David. He asked very good three-parted question. Grand Sheik asked us, he says, what is our reaction to this election? My reaction, I tell all of you, is the lesson. I take away, as I do with everything in life, it's just a test. It is only a test, nothing more. The purpose of the test is to review what you have learned as a lesson. What have we learned? I ask you, my family, my Moors. Are you fearful? Are you shaking? Are you trembling? Are you scared? Do you tremble like a baby who comes into this world crying? Or do you console yourself by just breathing and looking around you and realizing that your oxygen supply is not cut off? You are still breathing. You are still alive. Why are we scared? That's the next question. You have nothing to fear, my brothers and sisters. This is a war. This is what happens in the war. You will be going through many battles. And battle tested is what you will become. So, are you going to lay down and be weak? Are you going to stand up and be strong? You really only got two choices. My next brother David, he asked, what is the future moving forward? The future as it's always been. Keep going. Allah gives us two of everything. 2 eyes to see, 2 ears to hear, 2 nostrils to smell, 2 lungs to breathe, 2 legs to carry us, 2 feet to walk. Are you going to stop walking, or are you going to walk through that fire anyway? I myself have walked through many fires. In my 31 years of living, I have tested and danced with death many times. So many times that death itself fears me. I'm a warrior, battle tested, Allah approved. I am here. I have a mission. I have a purpose. My purpose, I am a fighter and a protector. I am a warrior. So every battlefield, everything in life, I treat like a battlefield. I don't run. Even with things that I fear, I don't run and hide. I go out and I face them, win or lose, whether the odds are for me or against me. I'm not a runner. I know you all are not runners. So to answer that question, the future is as it has always been planned. We are here as we have always been here, my Moors, my family. Our job doesn't just change no matter who these people in this game win. You know why? Because life is like chess. And because it's like chess, you have to ask yourself, who invented that game?
We did.
We did.
That's right.
We are our ancestors' return. And in life, we have so much to do. We have so much unfinished business. This is not the end for us. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, we will fight. Do not fear the talk of people saying that this is going to turn into a war. We are already in a war. We have lived our entire life through wars. Everyone feared a World War III. I say this many times. We have lived through World War III countless times. We were born during World War III, some of us, myself included. The war on drugs, dismantling families, dismantling what makes our men strong, dismantling the woman, us, who births the nation. We bring life to this world. So what do you have to be afraid of? We are God. We are the blueprint of Allah. And like eggs in a basket, Allah doesn't just put everything onto one basket. All of you are proof of that, including myself. So again, I say, what are we afraid of except ourselves? What are we really afraid of? We are afraid of getting up off of our asses and doing what we need to do, what we have to do, what we were born to do, what we were put here to do.
Yeah.
I don't fear anything. I don't even fear the devil himself. And I don't even fear Allah. I know Allah is my creator, but I don't even fear him. Because that's the way Allah made me. I don't let fear get in my way of anything. My entire life, I've had people tell me what I can't do, what age I won't live to see. Doctors told my mother and father I wouldn't live past the age of 8 years old. I'm 31. So I say to you all, what are you afraid of? You are afraid if you don't know yourself. What you don't know, you fear. And that is the way things work down here in this realm that we call life. I'm on the phone. I apologize. My last answer, mindset as a Moor. Know who you are, family. And if you don't know who you are, find out very soon. Because the war is here. The trumpets have been sounded, and now it's time to return to the battlefield and finish unfinished business. Whether whoever wins the election as president, this land belongs to us. They work for us. The question is not what's going to happen, it's what we are going to allow to happen. And so with that, I yield. Thank you.
Hit the horn for yourself, please. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. The chair is moved. Sister, that was probably the most endearing, most powerful thing I've ever heard you sit on this show. And you said a lot. And I can attest to that as your co-host. I'm at a loss for words, sister. Once again, thank you for sharing that. That's something that I'm sure myself and a lot of brothers and sisters here needed to hear. Yeah, like Supreme said, he felt that in his spirit, as did I. That's why I clapped. I might have been out of order with clapping, but if that warranted a clap, definitely. I'm moved.
Thank you.
I'm moved, sister. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. I don't even know how to follow up with with moving the show forward with after that, sister. I guess let's change the pace. I know Brother Supreme had some stuff he wanted to address concerning and I don't want to leave the brother late like we always do. I want the brother to get his 2 cents off. The brother wanted to keep the topic going as it pertains to nationality, law, natural law, and divine rights. So, Brother Supreme, you wanted to bring up some points on nationality, law, natural law, and divine rights?
Yeah, so this is one thing we gotta wrap our heads around, man. Like the United States citizenship and the 14th Amendment, divine natural rights, and privileges. So what they have got us to acquiesce to is being an artificial entity. So that's your all caps name, so on and so forth, which is a live business that your mother created for you unknowingly with the state. They create a bond and then they put that bond on the stock market. It reaches the age of majority once you turn 18. When you turn 18, you're supposed to change your name and change your status on the SS5 form. I don't want to get too deep into it.
Wait, brother. This just came in. Trump has Arizona.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Say it again.
Repeat. Breaking announcement from our brother Oliver. He has Arizona, and it looks like he's gonna take Nevada.
Yep.
Trump.
Man, fake news. They don't report that in the fake news.
They
That's
won't.
funny.
They trying to wheel Joe Biden into office.
For real.
That's why they ain't gave him the states that he already won. They supposed to give him that so it can reflect on TV.
Damn. Yeah, that makes sense.
So who? It was Biden, you say? You cheater?
Trump has Nevada, and he's gonna have Arizona. Yes. So Nevada's in the bag, according to Brother Oliver. He just reported it to us. Guess he had to step back for whatever reasons. Brother Supreme, I'm sorry to break your bill, but I think that was newsworthy.
No, sir. That's all. That was worthy. That was newsworthy. All good.
Continue with the bill, brother.
But yeah, it's on the status correction, and I don't want to get too deep into it because it's private. There's some private shit. I have to holler at y'all on the private side. But you're supposed to change your status. We are foreign to the United States jurisdiction. What we did unknowingly was trade in natural God-given rights for some privileges. And we have to come back to honoring your foremothers and forefathers. Get your status in order and know this law. Get you the Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, preferably, and just do some studying, man. Get on those United States codes. Understand that the UCC is not for us. So if you do want to file the UCC, file the non-UCC. We can get into all of that later on down the line. Then your 1099As and all of that, 1099C, OID, 1099 OID. Learn all of this stuff, man. All of this stuff has us in like in bondage, basically. That's the word I was looking for. So just apply as much knowledge as you can, do as much reading as you can, cut all this negative shit out, because we getting ready to physically move into the 5th dimension. Bring your vibrations up high. Don't let none of this pole shit throw you off of your game. You want to stay focused. Keep your spirits up, man, because this shit as we know it is done. It's done. This shit is over. Learn the law, find out who you are, research and do real history, and get your shit in order for your paperwork. Even if you don't got the money, because it really don't cost that much money. You know, you just making some copies and sending some shit off via certified mail. And just try to find out public and private. If y'all need any PDFs, y'all can hit me up on Instagram, my direct message, and I can get the PDF for you. But that's all I wanted to say, man. Just learn this law, learn what nationality is, learn what true history is, and learn ourselves. Cause we in some troubled times and shit. But this is the wake up call. The trumpets has been going off for the last 20 years, 19 years, 2001. Let's get it together, people. We can do this shit. I'm done, man. I'm done.
Okay, the brother yields back to the chair. The chair recognizes Brother CHIJOKIE. Is there anything you want to discuss tonight, Brother CHIJOKIE, personally, that the panel can bring forth?
Y'all talked about everything, man. Really, man. No, I ain't got nothing to talk about right now that I could think of, man.
Understood. I respect that. You yield back to the chair, Brother CHIJOKIE?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sister Faye, is there anything that you would like to discuss tonight?
Not at this time. Thank you.
The table will chair both CHIJOKIE and Sister Faye's let's see here. We went through SHEIK. Sister WILHELMINA, is there anything that you would like to bring forth that the panel can discuss tonight?
Yes, indeed, brother. I would like to tack this on to echo Brother Supreme. And also I forgot to tack this on to our Grand Sheik, Brother David, with his questions. I was just answering it in 2 different ways. One way, thank you. One way, I'll tack on the latter first with Supreme, since he went last. Outside of also studying the U.S. code, studying the laws of the land, across the land, United States, that we call the United States. Study also the laws of the Republic. It is the Republic that we, the Moors, have to guard. We are in charge of the Republic. That is us. That is our government. This is the reason why these democracy demonstrators, this is what Democrats, this is what the word Democrat stems from. It means to demo. Anybody looking to get into the music business, you know what that word demo is. It's a demonstration. When you talk about trying to get your demo tape into the hands of an A&R or some higher up at a record company. A demo is a demonstration of your work, your art, whatever. Hence, what we are now in and what we have been for the last century, the 1900s, 20th century, and now the 21st century. Come out of this, snap out, people, snap out of it. It's, remember the key word, remember the safe word, republic. Republic, republic, republic. That is what we are in charge of. That is what we have to guard. That is what our ancestors left for us. This is what our ancestors died for. That is what they have flipped. We have allowed these beasts, these burden carriers, which is why they have the mascot, the jackass, the donkey. The donkey is the burden. The donkey is the slave class. So that's the reason why across America, Democrats are trying to turn cities, states, and all local governments and trying to flip them into blue. Blue represents the donkey. So when you see someone and you hear people talk about the blue wave, they are talking about turning it into a beast of burden society. A beast of burden is the slave. A beast of burden is the one that you make carry the load. We are the republic. This is why we have our mascot, the elephant. The elephant means what? It means royalty. Royalty. This is who you are. This is who your ancestors truly were. Your ancestors were never slaves, ever. You were the Bays, the Els, the Pashas, the Ali, the Day. These are your titles. We were not just the pharaohs. Everybody can't be pharaoh. Everybody can't be the king and the queen. But everybody wants to be. You can't all be the same thing. Somebody has to do the other guarding and protecting. This is what visor is, advisor. Prime minister. Minister means what? That you are overseeing something. Hence the word ad, or advising and ministering. Ministering meaning monitoring. Understand? So again, moving forward, answer David, our Grand Sheik. Moving forward, stop being emotional. Detach yourself from your emotion side. Your emotion will get you killed. Love will get you killed sometimes. And that's why they try to target the children the most with love. So understand what the difference is. Understand the beast that you're battling. Understand your enemy. Understand your battlefield. Understand the terrain that you are going to fight on and defend. Understand, know things. Know yourself, know your enemy, know everything. Stop being afraid and fearing if someone is lying to you. Oh, they lied to me. They broke my trust. Oh, my heart. I just can't take it. Get over it. Learn from it and get over it. Rise from the ashes like the phoenix that we are. Like the Phoenicians that we are. Remember, Simba, Nala. Remember who you are. And with that, I yield. Thank you.
With all these absentee ballots.
Let me chime in and just say, Wilhelmina, we need to study that Iroquois Confederate Constitution, and then we have an understanding of why our people don't vote in U.S. elections and shit.
Indeed.
Because our ancestors didn't do it. I remember shit was so fucked up that in 1885, I want to say, Congress just left that motherfucker in Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So they abandoned it, and then these motherfuckers come in, and this is how we ended up, where we are today.
Right.
I just want to throw that out.
Okay. Yield back to the chair, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay, brother. Sister and brother, thank you for those remarks. Once again, Sister Wilhelmina, very touching. Brother, very insightful. Gonna check with brother David, our resident SHEIK, if he has anything he wants to bring forward or anything he wants to ask the panel for discussion. You can do so now, brother David.
I was just taking a look. I was just eating a little bit.
I thought you had a bad time, huh?
No, you good. You good. Just wanted to ask you, Cheetah, how's the weather down there, man? How's everything going down there in Miami?
Right now it's a little bit windy, as you can hear. I'm in my backyard, and it's we have spotty showers, but nothing out of the ordinary.
How
right now?
What's the coldest does it get throughout the year? During the wintertime.
I've seen it drop to the 50s, low 50s at times.
Okay.
That's probably about the coldest it'll get.
Okay. Okay. I guess the reason why I asked is because, living in Atlanta is more, you get 4 seasons, and just kind of wonder how it would be to be in a climate throughout the whole year that mainly stays, pretty warm or whatever, And do you all see the 4 seasons? You all don't get snow or nothing like that, right?
No, not at all.
You asking all of us?
Like maybe in ancient history, it snowed here maybe, a few times, but not in my lifetime that I've seen. Back in like the early 1900s, probably. But
okay.
As far as seasons is concerned, we have a fall and we have a summer and spring. Mostly, we have a good little spring, a long summer, and a small fall. Our fall is probably our winter. Like it'll get cool, and we'll go through the vegetation dying and things of that nature. Hence, fall. But outside of that, it'll rev right back up.
Okay.
We have a pretty crazy hurricane season, definitely. Outside of that, man, If you like the rain at times, then you'll like Miami.
How do you deal with the hurricanes? You know, the threat of hurricanes. You know, do you just grow accustomed to it, or what?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. We grow accustomed to it. Some hurricanes that come through, we like, that shit ain't coming. It's like South Floridians. We have this this kind of Doppler radar hurricane thing where we'll look and be like, it's not coming. We'll know instinctively, like, oh yeah, we need to tighten up. And we'll board up and do what we need to do. Other times we'll look like, that's just a little bit of rain. We'll be all right. Category 2s, 3s, you know, we kind of just be like, 4 and 5s, we take a little bit more serious.
Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to ask that. But go ahead.
that was kind of odd, but
I know it's like left field or whatever. Yeah, left, right field.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind answering them, but it's cool. I have a question for the panel. Concerning nationality. Have all of you guys done your paperwork to become nationalized? And if not, when do you plan on doing so?
Yes, Lord.
If at all. I have to put it like that. Some people might not want to, you know, just to ask. I would start with Sister Wilhelmina.
Well, thank you. I myself personally, I said that I was going to begin it the week that I turned in my birthday, which was July 16th. For my that was going to be my birthday present to myself. Starting and getting that ball rolling. I got a little, because it's so much to do, and I really wanted to make sure I was doing everything correctly and as it should. So I haven't been able to, I've started looking into it and doing it. I haven't finished because I want to be very thorough and clear that I understand what I'm doing, if that makes sense, you know, before I send it in. So I've been looking for people trying to see who I can reach out to look over and advise me in that. Make sure I'm doing everything right. So that's where I'm at right now with it. I'm very much in the spirit of also advising other people to do it. I know it sounds crazy. How you gonna tell other people to do something, Willa, when you haven't finished, you know, finished it up for yourself? But that's just a responsibility that I feel like I have to do for people, you know, tell them there is a way out. Just like we started with the show, the Drop Squad, we built this show to let our people know that, hey, you don't have to still keep driving yourself insane and getting on this train whenever you hear the conductor yelling, all aboard, Black people, come along, get on the train, all aboard, it's time, get on the train. You don't have to file in every time they do that call politically every 2 to 4 years or whatever. You do not. That train is a train on the railroad to hell, and you don't have to subject yourself to it.
Oh, damn.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. Brother Supreme.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I done done my paperwork already. I'm like in the final stages of getting my status corrected for the S5 on the S5 form. And I was fortunate enough to had met O. O was the first brother I met on Instagram when I first came to Instagram. And he showed me a lot of things and shit. And I took heed to it, studied. Like I studied for maybe like 3.5 years before I finally decided to file my paperwork. Because like Willa said, I wanted to have the full comprehension and understanding of what I was doing before I got myself into some shit, you know, because I had read up on it and heard so much stuff about paper terrorism and all this other madness. And old Oak set me straight for is getting where to go to get the paperwork to file and send it off. So yeah, I'm pretty much done. Now the S5 shit is the controlling. I don't want to say too much on this one.
Okay, you don't have to, brother. But as far as you sending your documentations, have you done so? And have you received confirmation?
No, you ain't gonna receive nothing. Once you send your paperwork off from there to the 7 locations, that's it. That's law. They can't rebut none of this shit point for point because it's true.
Okay, got you, brother. Brother Dawood, Sheikh Dawood.
I haven't filed paperwork in that sense, but I have filed paperwork and went before a judge, and when I did my name change and told him, you know, the reason why, you know, proclaiming nationality, you know, David Page Bay, and he signed off on it, you know, that that I proclaimed my nationality, you know, but proclaimed it back in '94, but it took some years, you know, some year, I think about 2001. That's when I went before a judge because, you know, just having it on there, but it's like I wanted to make it legal, you know, so, but as far as like the paperwork, Supreme is talking about, I haven't necessarily went to that route yet, even though I want to, you know, like I said, but it's just like I said, dealing with, you know, people, you know, just trying to get your money, or, you know, like I said, paper terrorism and all that stuff. So, you know, just trying to make sure that whichever route I go, that it's a legit route, you know, and not just somebody just trying to hustle, you know, or muscle me out of some money or whatever, you know.
Right. For myself, I've done it in 2004. However, I'm not sure personally if I'm recognized as such. I might have to go through the means myself personally, from, you know, the places that we know. For, you know, the listeners and people that want to find out how to file these documents and everything, you can check with Brother Supreme El Bay here on Instagram, or you can check with Brother Archangel, which is Brother Oliver. They can further assist you with the information and the applications and things that you need to put into motion in order to get your status corrected. Like yourself, Brother David and Supreme, I also was apprehensive with doing it because of my 2004 situation. I'll put it like that. And because I did not know whether or not these things went into effect, it kind of put me in a limbo in a way, where that, number one, like you said, doing these things and not fully understanding what it is that you're doing, I want to actually follow up question when I'm done with this paper terrorism thing. You know, if you guys could talk about that a little bit, but to close my point, you know, looking at different venues and hearing about different things as far as people charging and things like that, and then hearing it out of, you know, not hearing it, but reading it, you know, from the prophet himself about not being charged, a nationality, having a right to a nationality. You know, nobody charges you to, you know, the amendments. You're not being charged to have the right to speak. So why should I be charged, you know, to have a nationality? That should be free. I always felt that, but it's to read it and then to see there's brothers and sisters out there that can assist you with that is also refreshing. So at this time, I'm glad I have the means to do so. And I'm probably going to do so at the top of the year. What do you guys mean by paper terrorism?
Well, from what I was researching and shit, look up Randall Bean and
Did you look that up for us, Wendell?
Heather Ann Tucci.
Yeah, I was just writing the notes down on that.
I know you did not just write. I was writing the notes.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my God!
I don't want to
look up paper terrorism. That's what you can do.
Yeah, that's interesting, Brother Supreme. Not to cut your wisdom, yeah, your build, but that's interesting. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Better than saying paper genocide.
Interesting. So it is a thing.
Yeah, but that's on some sovereign citizen shit. We not sovereign citizens. Plus that's an oxymoron. You can't be
Could you read that for us, Willa?
Sovereign citizen.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, read it for you. My bad. Paper terrorism law and legal definition. Paper terrorism refers to the use of false liens, frivolous lawsuits, bogus letters of credit, and other underground legal documents to harass others, especially against government officials. It is the filing and sending of false documents to intimidate police, government officials, and private citizens. Repeat, it is the filing and sending of false documents to intimidate police, government officials, and private citizens, aka the Republic, basically.
Okay, could you look up the definition of private citizens? This concept came up all tonight. Private citizens, private citizens. What does that mean? For the viewing audience or those that are about to see this video.
Y'all ever trip off when you hear the news talk about the private sector?
Right.
What does that mean?
All right, that's motherfuckers operating in the private.
It's the
people mad at Donald Trump because they can't see his taxes. You know why they can't see his taxes?
Private citizen.
Because he in the motherfucking private.
Where our asses need to be.
So it says a citizen who does not hold any official or public position. Citizen, a native or naturalized member of a state or other political community. So wait 1 second, brother. If this is so, you said Donald Trump is a private citizen, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And according to the
he operating in the private.
Wait 1 second, sister, go back.
Oh, my bad.
According to this definition, brother, I'm asking for clarification. It says a citizen that does not hold any official or public position. From my understanding, he holds the position of president. And
Right,
this
but
de facto,
before he became the president, all his business dealings was in the private sector.
I see.
That's
so they
exactly
wouldn't be available.
They ain't gonna be available because it's private. It's private information. Now, maybe the public filings and some shit he done on the public side, they can go look up, which I'm sure they can, because I've seen some shit to where I've looked at like the public shit that's available for him on the I forget what the website is. I'm gonna find it and I'll throw it in the description of the video. I'll give it to you, Will, and you can put it in the description of the video. But all this shit is public information. For us, you know what I'm saying? If he's doing some shit in the public, but the private sector, that's private. You're not gonna be able to get that. And that's where the mainstream news media playing on words and shit. They playing on your emotions and your knowledge, your lack of knowledge.
I see. Okay, so
and I look up the word citizen.
Yeah. So while she does that, I'm gonna ask the question. So his salary as a president, that will be public.
That will be public because he's doing public business for the public.
Right. And from my understanding, from what I'm
receiving it.
Excuse me, brother Chief.
He's not accepting that salary, or he's doing something with it, right?
He's donating that whole salary to charity. He's not even taking the paper for the presidency. He donating that shit away.
Why
would he do that? I'm just asking, you know.
You rich, bitch.
But you're right.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
That's pocket change to him.
Right.
He spent that on Melina purses.
Lunch money.
Yeah, he know that. And that makes him less. I don't know. It just, to me, it just doesn't subjugate him to, you know, that like it may have a Barack Obama or something, you know, or Joe Biden, where that's the salary they're receiving plus something, you know what I'm saying? But it's like with him doing that, to me, it just seems like he's like I said, his pocket change, he don't need. So it's like he's not falling underneath that stipulations or whatever, you know, because you know, I don't know if that makes sense or not.
It does.
Right. It makes
It does, and I think that's why they hate him because he's pompous with it. You know what I mean? He came in with that chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He came in with that KFC.
Peep this
so
too.
He's sitting at his table eating.
Peep this too.
Everybody else is like, who the hell is this guy?
People be tripping off of him going bankrupt. But if you look at the United States, we are operating in a fucking bankrupt. And ain't this motherfucker still functioning? Case closed.
We operating in a deficit.
Case closed. We operating under the 1933 Bankruptcy Act. And motherfucker still doing business.
See, this is the thing where our people don't understand with credit. Oh, when you know, I don't want no credit because it's gonna mess. I'm gonna be in debt. What them people gonna do? Give you a phone call? They gonna call you and hey, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Child, please.
Dang,
Once we learn how to utilize these things where you can leverage credit and buy gold and silver, that's when you know you're doing something.
They ain't understanding that
That's on my
the
check.
United States operating off of our credit. They is cheating your estate.
Yeah. But if I'm a smart man, I'll leverage that credit and buy all kind of gold and silver and keep it in my possession, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes,
wouldn't that be a smart move?
Yes.
Yeah. And just about, it's all about just being responsible with it. You know, like I said, if you participate in it, you know, monthly fees, whatever, pay that shit off or whatever. You know, like you said, but it's like you using, it's like having shit in your backpack, you know, like in that movie Kevin Hart that was in, The Rock, all them, Jumanji, you know, pulling out, you got extra, it's giving you extra leverage, you know, to like, dang, I might want to get this or get this, you know, and then it's like, you may not be able to knock it out at one time and to pay it off one time, but it's like you pay it off, you know, bit by bit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just using it for your benefit. You're right.
Here's the thing.